right, she is out. Trigger out of sight, the new story quest. I am a little confused by her. I'm not gonna lie to you. We apparently know that she knows us in the live stream, which I didn't get to watch, so I might be missing some information. I saw the trailer that came out for her as well, and it seems like we might be getting a little bit of backstory for her or something like that. So I'm really excited to see like how she's gonna interact with us specifically, as well as maybe we'll find her old squad, but let's see. Okay. Ooh. No, don't they usually say part 2 and 3 here? That's a little strange. I wonder why they didn't do that this time, unless the titles actually say something about that. Or maybe I totally didn't know like that this was a thing, but I feel like they always list 2 and 3 afterwards. This is a story that took place in the past. Ooh, backstory. A story of a rookie proxy named Faithin, who meets a young lady at a crossroads of fate. Wise, we've been on 6th Street for a while now. How many Internaut commissions have we taken these past few days? Well, we're still newbies, so you know how it is. I see. It's okay. We're starting our proxy business and video store business from scratch. It'll take time. I've been busy managing the store, so thanks for handling the Internaut side of things, Wise. Living together in this cozy little home is already much better than our life right after leaving the academy. As long as we gradually build our reputation, we'll eventually have a chance to uncover clues about the fall of the old capital. Wise, let's take it slow. Oh, look at, I love number 1. Look at Eos, my baby, so cute. Yeah, but I still want to take on some commissions. I knew you'd say that, but this worry will be solved soon. Actually, I saw how hard you've been working to find those commissions, so these past few days I've also been searching on Internaut for an intelligence broker who can find commissions for us. Oh, wait, are we gonna get, what's his name? The guy that looks like the Riddler's colors? Is it Richard? I don't remember his name. He's like kind of sleazy. Maybe this is like his introduction as well. If we can establish a long-term partnership with such a professional intelligence broker, we don't have to worry about getting commissions in the future. Don't I deserve a little praise? Good job. And today I've arranged to meet him at the store. He should be here soon. At the moment, a sudden knocking comes from the door. That must be him. Wise, let's go and talk to him. Maybe the first commission we work on with him will give us a totally awesome surprise. Oh, can I talk to you guys? Hi, Bangboo 18. Love 18. Enna! Oh no, I lost the dialogue. Say Enna again. Can we leave you to watch the house, 18? Enna, watch the house. I'll do the best. I love him. I love 18. At the front doors open, a man in a suit walks in. Although he wears a friendly and reliable smile, there's something slightly off about him. Yes! Okay, so this is the introduction with him. Wise, let me introduce you to this professional intelligence broker I found on Internaut. Shepard. Oh my god, I completely butchered his name! Nice to meet you both. You can call me Shepard. I'm glad you chose to work with me. By the way, are you just starting out in this line of work? Nice to meet you. We haven't been in the business for long. I understand. It's normal for rookie proxies like you two to have a hard time finding commissions. But please don't worry. As an intelligence broker, I exist precisely for people like you. Let me check my notes. Your name is Faithin, right? What kind of commissions do you usually specialize in? We take any commission, actually. What an energetic response. These days, many young proxies lack the energy you have. That being said, combat-related missions might be a bit tricky, right? You two don't seem like fighters, and hiring combat personnel can be expensive for new proxies. To be honest, I'm not sure if I feel comfortable assigning you anything dangerous. Well, we'll find a way to handle it. You'll see our abilities and actions through actual commissions. The actual commission, huh? Well then, I happen to have a recently issued commission that could serve as a perfect starting point for our partnership. I believe this commission is of the perfect difficulty to assess your abilities. If you're interested, let me explain the details. Shall we move to a more convenient place to talk? It's not suitable to talk about this at the counter, so you move to a small room with Shepard to discuss things in detail. Why did we have to say that, though? Unless they're trying to make it obvious? I don't know.
Our first assignment together is a missing person commission. There's no need for combat or venturing into any hollows, so it's completely safe. Honestly, I can't think of a better way to test your skills.
Is it really just a filler job?
Forgive me for being blunt, but isn't this job a bit, well, pointless?
Well, it's not pointless, but it's more like, I don't know how you would be testing someone just to try and look for someone, you know?
Don't get me wrong, I'm definitely not trying to pass this off on you. Your ability to navigate the hollow is unquestionable. That's what makes a proxy a proxy. But this role involves more than just that, and this commission is a perfect opportunity to demonstrate those other skills. To be honest, the client barely gave us anything to work with, just pieces of info. That's why this is a perfect chance to show off your skills in gathering intel, spotting details, and negotiating. All the makings of a top-tier proxy.
Okay, well, I don't have any other choice.
You sold me. Let's see what we're dealing with.
Shepard nods in satisfaction and pulls out 3 items from his pocket. A harmonica, a sheet of music, and an old photo. Ooh, old photo of a woman with covered eyes. Okay, so I'm assuming this is Trigger, but where did this photo come from is a new question. A somewhat aged photograph, though the image remains fairly clear. A blonde young woman with her eyes covered leaning against a wall. For some reason, her silhouette seems so fragile, as if she might shatter into pieces at any moment, filled with such profound sadness.
The client has only provided us with these 3 clues. All we know is that the woman in the photo is your target.
Wait, just a photo? That's barely a clue. No name, no background, not even her usual haunts? And what's up with the harmonica and the sheet music?
The client doesn't seem to have any more info, though it's possible they just don't want to share. But the client did mention if you get stuck, you should try playing the sheet music with the harmonica.
What if they can't read sheet music, bro? Like,
well then, I'll leave this commission in your capable hands. Keep me in the loop if you make any breakthroughs. Just ping me on Knock Knock.
Finding someone with just a photo and a melody. That's like searching for a needle in a haystack. Got any ideas, Wise?
Let's go to Port Ellipse and look for clues.
Maybe we should check Port Elpis. Women with their eyes covered aren't exactly that common. Remember when we visited the sea a while back? I think we saw someone who fit that description.
We did? Plot device? What happened?
You were in a bad mood, so we went to the sea to clear our heads. We even bought some fries, but you got distracted by a woman passing by with her eyes covered, and the seagull took the fries right out of your hand.
That's such a Belle thing, though.
Now that you mention it, yeah, I remember. She did look a lot like the woman in the photo. And I was just curious, all right? She stood out. How was I supposed to know the seagulls there were so aggressive?
All seagulls are aggressive when it comes to food, buddy.
Anyway, it's an unexpected lead. Let's check out the port and see if we can dig anything up.
Wise, we're here. Now, let's find this guy. However, we saw that girl a week ago, and I don't know if she's actually the person we're looking for. Even if she is, who knows whether she's still at the port now or not. Well, we better get started. All right, since we don't have any other leads, we might as well. I'll try hacking into the cameras here to check if she's been around recently. As for you, Wise, take a photo and ask the locals and passerbys around here. It's kind of convenient that we saw her randomly, you know. That lady's just talking to a trash can or something, I don't know. The food people will probably know. Welcome to Tater King. Our fries and hot dog combo are a hot seller. Would you like to give it a try? Hello, have you seen this person? Oh, I remember seeing this girl before. When? Maybe once every 1 or 2 months. I'll see her wandering around this area. Look at that seagull eating those fucking fries, bro. I just noticed. Bro's not even picking the fries up. That's crazy. but I never spoken to her, and she doesn't seem to interact with anyone around here, so I don't really know much about her background. She hasn't been around recently. I don't think so. I don't remember seeing her recently. Are you looking for her? I can keep an eye out for you. All right, thanks. By the way, would you like some fries? The seagulls here always try to steal my fries. All right, then. The seagulls have been too active recently. Will they have a negative impact on the sales of our fries? Looks like I shouldn't feed them too much in the future. You've been feeding the seagulls? No wonder why. Bro. No wonder fucking why! You fed them directly! There's one in the lighthouse? Climb up the lighthouse. If we can climb the lighthouse and overlook the entire port, maybe we'll spot the blindfolded woman somewhere? Sure? Just as you were about to try opening the door leading to the top of the lighthouse, an old man appears behind you. Jump scare! Hey! What do you think you're doing? This lighthouse is currently off limits. No one is allowed to enter. Sorry, didn't know. If I hadn't shown up, you would have just gone straight in, would you? This lighthouse hasn't been properly maintained for years. If something happened to you, who would take responsibility? Besides, what do you need to go up to the lighthouse for? I'm looking for someone. Have you seen this person? Let me see. This girl does have a rather memorable appearance, but I don't remember seeing her before. Thought she might have been here before. Is that so? I usually keep around the lighthouse. If she was on the dock walkway, I definitely wouldn't have seen her. If you're looking for her, I suggest checking around there. At the very least, I haven't seen this girl near the lighthouse. All right, thanks. All right, so she's not near the lighthouse, but she might be near the dock. She's seen her, so she's definitely been walking around here. What about you? What do you gotta say? The fisherman would probably know. No results today. I told them the bait wouldn't work, but they didn't believe me. Hello? Have you seen this person? I'm just a fisherman staring at the bucket, bobber, and fishing line all day. How could I recognize anyone? I know a reliable type of bait. The other day when I was greeting Enzo, who lives next door, I learned that he occasionally goes fishing. I recommended the bait that Enzo usually uses to the man. You don't look like someone who's been fishing. Are you sure about this? Whatever. I'll give it a try next time. Let me see the photo of the person you're looking for. I think I remember this girl. This girl? Again, written twice? I don't know why. I'm here fishing every day, and she was here some time ago, walking along this wooden walkway. You know where she... Do you know who she is, actually? Not where. We know who she is first. How would I know? Most of the time, my mind is focused on fishing. It was just that day. I mean, that day I got tired of fishing, so I got up to take a walk and happened to see her. I've only seen her that one time. If you need, I can keep an eye out, but for now, I really don't know any more about this girl. All right, thanks, I guess. We're some help for sure. Oh, asked a few people, but none of the clues seem particularly useful. I should head back and discuss our progress with Belle. Man, I was gonna talk to that lady that was standing randomly next to the trash can. I didn't know you could only pick 3. Bro, that's messed up. She's not even there anymore. Boo. Stinky.
I've got nothing. How about you, Wise?
I got nothing because the game won't let me pick more than 3 options. Let's try the harmonica again.
Looks like this isn't something that can be solved with a quick trip to the port. But since we're here, how about we try playing the harmonica? I'm not sure what good it'll do, but if it doesn't work, we'll just buy some fries and head back home.
I agree. Playing the harmonica and buying fries, both are officially your job now.
Hey!
I guess there's no saying no to you. Fine. But just so you know, I'm not good at it. So don't blame me if it sounds terrible.
You pull out the harmonica and glancing at the sheet music, you see a melody you've never heard before. Taking a deep breath, you let the notes flow and started to play. Oh, this sounds like a blues. Okay. Oh, that was pitchy, Wise. It was pretty accurate. Whatever. You think it sounded good, at least. The music continues for half a minute.
That was pretty painful. And it didn't do a thing. Let's just grab some fries and call it a day.
Excuse me. Were you the ones playing the harmonica just now?
Oh, hi, girly pop.
Sorry for my brother making a bit of a ruckus. We'll just... Wait. You're the person in the photo. When did you... I didn't even hear any footsteps.
My apologies. Moving quietly is second nature to me. I didn't mean to startle you. If I may ask, where did you learn that melody?
Belle shoots you a questioning glance. The blindfolded woman from the photo actually appeared. What an unexpected surprise, but now what? First things first, let's bring her back home.
Actually, we're proxies. The song was given to us by our client. We didn't expect it to help us find you. Our client is looking for you, you see. Why don't we discuss the details somewhere else?
I see. Please lead the way. I'd also like to meet this client of yours.
Honestly, I don't know why she went along with it other than curiosity, because the way that Wise said it was like, actually, our client would like to meet you. Like, so who's the client, right? Like, what if they're bad guys?
Why don't we head back to the store?
Okay, let's go check in with Shepard. Oh, I almost forgot. Your name is...
My real name. I haven't used that in a long time, but I do have a code name. You can call me Charon.
Oh, your codename's Charon. Okay. Man, the River of Styx references. Okay. You return to the video store with the woman who calls herself Charon. Along the way, you introduce yourselves and share a bit about your fledgling proxy business.
Miss Charon, I've already contacted the information broker who issued the commission. Once he gets here, it shouldn't be long before you can meet the client. Feel free to have a seat on the couch. I'll grab you something to drink.
Thank you, but please, don't mind me. By the way, the second row from the top on your TV wall, third unit from the left, it has a connection issue. You might want to check it out when you have time.
Oh, you can hear the frequencies of that? How'd you spot that?
Let me see. You're right. How did you pick up on that? I thought there was some lag lately.
I rely on my hearing. I lost most of my vision in an accident. I can just about make out the outlines of my surroundings. To move around like an average citizen, I've trained my other senses to be extremely sharp.
Okay, so she has lost almost all her vision. She's not completely blind. Okay.
I heard a faint buzzing sound. By moving around the room and noticing the change in sound, I was able to pinpoint the location of the faulty TV.
Literally just Daredevil, bro. Sorry to bring it up.
Sorry. I hope my question didn't seem rude.
No need to apologize. Vision isn't the only way to perceive the world.
Yep.
As proxies, you two should know that better than most. Anything that can be seen with your eyes can never be considered a secret.
That's a very strange phrase, but okay. A subtle silence fills the room. It's clear you each have secrets you don't want to share with others, but there's an unspoken understanding between you. As the silence is on the brink of becoming awkward, a knock sounds at the door from outside the shop.
It's me again. You two found the target already? Wow, Phaethon, you guys are incredible. If you're always this fast, you could take on anything.
A client didn't come with you?
I didn't expect things to move so quickly either, but it's nothing, really. By the way, didn't the client come with you? Charon here would like to meet them.
Where to start? It's great that you were able to find the woman in the photo, but there's a new problem. I can't get in touch with the client anymore. There's been no reply from his Knock Knock account since yesterday. I brushed it off at first, but there's still no reply today.
So it was a ghost account.
Just when I thought he might have skipped town, his account suddenly sent me a location, the edge of a hollow. Who sends something like that in normal circumstances?
No one would send that in a normal circumstance, actually, Shepard. That doesn't sound normal.
From the edge of a hollow? That seems strange. And with no other word from the client.
Either way, I'll keep trying to reach the client. I hope he's all right. Let's stay in touch for now. We won't be wrapping up this commission for a while.
Sorry, but I overheard your conversation. Could you share that location with me? If I investigate the hollow, I might pick up some clues.
You're Miss Charon? No offense, but the Hollow isn't somewhere just anyone can waltz into. Without a carrot or combat personnel, it's a death trap. You should wait.
I'm a soldier. I served with the Eridu Defense Force under the Chrysoberyl Division. Even after retiring, I've made countless trips into the Hollow. You can trust in my combat skills.
Chrysos airs. Okay, sorry.
The heart rates of you and the two proxies here seem to have just spiked. Don't worry. My military days are far behind me. I have no current ties with them. As for getting into the Hollow, proxies, can I request your assistance? I don't know anyone else who could guide me. I'll pay the commission fee as best I can. If you don't want to be involved, that's fine. I'll think of something.
Well, we can't let you do this alone.
We're just as eager to find the client. After all, no client, no payment. Besides, if we said no, you'd still head into the Hollow alone, wouldn't you?
How did you know?
You seem like the type.
So I was right. You remind me of how Belle and I used to be. So fixated on finding someone that nothing else mattered, not even your own safety.
What could be ADHD?
Well, since Miss Charon wants to investigate, I'm willing to act as the proxy for no additional fee. Just leave it to us, Shepard.
I see. That works for me. With the client still unreachable, my hands are tied. Please, look into the Hollow, and be careful.
I'm really sorry for troubling you both. Finding this client is very important to me, so I may have acted a bit out of line just now.
No, you're fine, girly. See how determined you are to find this person? We couldn't just stand by and do nothing.
Don't worry about it. Seeing how determined you are to find this person, we can't just sit back and do nothing. Let's work together to find them.
Proxy, may I call you that? Of course. Thank you, Proxy, for accepting my request. This is probably your first time taking on a commission in the Hollow that might involve combat. I'll do my best to protect you. Actually, I don't need to enter the Hollow in person. I'll just use my bamboo to enter the Hollow. Huh? You mean you can attach your consciousness to a bamboo? Such impressive technology. I've never heard of anyone being able to do something like this before. But even if you're bamboo, I'll protect you. You responded to my request, so this is my duty. Why's the vibe Charon gives off? It really reminds me of our own past. Insert the everything about the past that we don't know about still. I feel the same way. Maybe this is fate. Let's help her fulfill her wish to find that person. Yeah, we can't just leave her be. Okay, I'm not gonna lie.
Miss Charon, I need some time to calculate the Hollow route.
Her intro was so nice.
Leave this to me, Proxy. Actually, I've been to this Hollow before for reasons. I still remember the way forward clear as day.
I don't like that the pauses of the text are so long, even after the voiceover.
Why don't you wait just a little longer? Calculating a path doesn't take that long.
I'll take point. Recalibrating.
Can I
It'd
just...
be more efficient to retrace a path I've already walked. Please come with me, Proxy.
Okay.
The path ahead. It should be right around here.
Oh, there's an
wasn't
entire
here too
monster
long
here
ago.
and I did not do anything.
One moment, Proxy. I might have misremembered. I just need to think. Wait.
I'm sure you're well aware that hollows undergo periodic spatial distortions and reconstruction.
Sorry for being so presumptuous, Proxy. I got ahead of myself and made things difficult for you.
I want to wait
no
until all the
trouble.
dialogue is
There's
done.
a fissure nearby. We can use it to get back on the right path.
There we go. Okay, close enough. I don't like how long those text markers
By the way,
take.
Miss Charon, how are you so fluid when you move and fight?
Because she can still, like, have, I don't know, the memory of being able to do certain things.
Is it because of your exceptional hearing and tactile senses?
That could also be that.
That's one part of it. In fact, my eyes gained some unique abilities as they changed.
So again, Daredevil-esque vibes.
Wait, something's up ahead.
Oh, she's dead.
There's someone on the ground. It smells like blood.
They're both dead. Is Wise gonna say anything else? No. A man and woman lie collapsed on the ground with the unmistakable smell of blood emanating from them. Following the source of the scent, you see bullet holes on their bodies. Oh, they're dead. And why are we upskirting this poor woman? Like, can we rotate? I can't even move the camera. Like, girl, she's dead. Stop upskirting her. Check their condition. No signs of breathing. They're dead. Their heartbeat and pulses are completely gone. These two are dead. Cause of death appears to be severe blood loss from long-range gunshot wounds. The time of death, probably within the last 1 or 2 hours, just before we enter the hollow. Which means, this isn't the case of losing contact with our client. Someone's been killing people in this hollow, though I don't sense the killer nearby right now. There's still a chance they're active somewhere in the hollow. Proxy, don't stray from my side. I'll keep you safe. Those two. I really want to take their bodies out of the hollow, but without knowing the killer's whereabouts, moving them would be too risky. Proxy, mark these coordinates. Once we confirm the area is safe, we'll come back and retrieve their bodies. I'm sorry. The ground must be cold. May you rest in peace.
What could have happened? Who did this?
Okay, what if, like, the other people, like, on her
Given
team...
the depth of the wound and the caliber of the bullet, the killer was a sniper, just like me.
Right, so it's probably her other teammates, and maybe they went rogue, right? And they still work for the military, but, like, a different branch of the military that, like,
Proxy.
broke off from them.
Stay vigilant and get behind me. The killer may still be nearby.
And then, like, maybe they're working for money, or because they don't have any memories, like,
They seem to have no
like
qualms
Trigger
when it
or
comes to
something.
killing.
So,
The surrounding ether levels have increased significantly. What's going on?
the hollow shenanigans.
Pin them down.
And also, plot device.
Hold on. Let me find what's causing the ether level increase. Up ahead, there are multiple devices leaking ether non-stop.
Ford in position.
Thanks. This one's for you.
The best defense is a strong offense.
Those are high-pressure ether storage tanks, filled with highly concentrated ether.
Oh, fun! Love that for us. A position with great visibility. What?
As soon as the valve is opened,
Oh. Click for a single shot. Okay, so I'm shooting. Allegedly. Allegedly. Is she not gonna say any text? What am I? Oh, I have to hit purple target. Okay. Or I have the worst Valorant aim you have ever seen in my fucking life. Literally
All
the
high-pressure
worst
ether tanks
aim.
have been disabled. We can keep moving.
Oh, more dead people. Love that.
Proxy, there are 4 people over here. They're all still alive.
Oh, they're dead.
I'm
They're not
detecting
dead.
any ether fluctuations from any other life forms nearby.
Check their condition.
They're still survivors. Charon, can you check their condition?
Confirmed. 1 is seriously injured. A bullet pierced their lung.
Uh-oh.
The other 3? No internal injuries, just a few minor wounds. They're all unconscious. The one with severe wounds. His etheric fluctuations are nearly completely gone. He's beyond saving.
He's probably going to be important for later.
Who are you? Help me. It hurts. So cold. I don't want to die.
Is there really no way to save him?
Is there nothing else we can do? If we contact a hospital and get him out of the hollow right away...
His internal organs are ruptured. He'll bleed out long before we can get him out. No rescue team can beat the clock when life fades this fast.
Am I dying? I just want to go home.
Charon doesn't respond. She sits beside the dying man, pulls out a harmonica, and begins to play a soft, familiar melody. The tune echoes throughout the hollow, heavy with the scent of blood. It's a song recorded on the client's sheet music. As the harmonica's gentle notes fill the air, the dying man stops groaning, simply listening until his eyes close forever. Oh, you okay?
Are you alright? Did you get hurt fighting earlier?
I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
It's probably a memory.
As I mentioned before, these eyes of mine have their uses.
Words your eyes.
They bring just as much inconvenience. The rejection reaction you saw just now is one of them.
Rejection reaction?
Staring into death. It's not something I handle well.
My head. Where am I? Who are you people? I remember now. There was a madman, a lunatic who tied me up and dragged me into the hollow.
Oh.
You're not.
I'm not the lunatic you're talking about. Can you stand? There are 2 more unconscious survivors here. If you can, help us carry one of them. Let's get out of here together.
Leave? We can leave this place? What about that lunatic who shot at me from the shadows?
The culprit's already gone.
Looks like the person behind this has already left. Charon, let's get the survivors out of here. Follow me.
What if they're doing this for sport? You know? It's fucked up, but what if they're like, oh, Hunger Games style, let's just drag a bunch of people so that we can shoot a bunch of them. Exhausted and unable to carry any more bodies, you record the coordinates of a few of the corpses. Once this is all over, you should make sure to report them anonymously to public security. With Charon, you keep your guard up alongside the 3 survivors, eventually arriving at the abandoned metro entrance in front of the Ballet Twins Road. Proxy, let's take a short break here. The area around the Ballet Twins have been abandoned due to the Hollow disaster, and no one's likely to be around. It's both secluded and safe, making it a perfect place for conversation. Well, doesn't Victoria Housekeeping do stuff here? Although I don't know when the mayor purchased this whole area so that they started cleaning it up, but there's 3 survivors. Yes, I know. They just escaped from a killer, so we need to check on their injuries and mental well-being. Could one of them be the client? Unfortunately, I don't think so. After they woke up and saw me, they didn't have any particular reaction. If they were the ones who assigned the commission to find me, they should have recognized me to some extent. Proxy, I'll keep watch around here and be on the lookout for the perpetrator trying to track us or attempting to ambush us. Could you please have a brief conversation with the 3 survivors? I think they might have information about the perpetrator. And, to be honest, I think they might... No, it's probably my imagination. I'll gather information from them first, I guess. Thank you, Proxy. The scary rumors about the Ballet Twins must have been spread by Tops. That explained why the official management never refuted the rumors. Yeah, everything makes sense now. Everything's all coming together. Do you say anything? Nothing? Just staring out? All right. Thank goodness. I can't believe it. I'm still alive and out of the hollow. What's your name? Oh, me? I'm Jessie. I'm so grateful you were there to save me. That maniac was chasing me and sniping at me. I really thought I was done for. I have some questions I want to ask you. Questions? Go ahead and ask. Although I really don't want to remember what just happened, you did save my life. How are you kidnapped and brought to the Hollow? I was tricked. I received an anonymous message telling me there was a big job I could do, asking me to meet in an alley on 6th Street. I just arrived and agreed on the spot and was waiting when someone hit me from behind and knocked me out. When I woke up, I was already in the Hollow. My hands and feet were tied. I got a few more questions. What did you experience in the Hollow? Although I was tied up in the Hollow, luckily I always carry a folded knife with me. Oh, well that's convenient. I tried to shake the knife out of my pocket and cut the ropes, hoping to escape, especially since the area was filled with ethereals. but suddenly someone shot at me from the shadows. I was so scared that I quickly dropped to the ground to dodge the bullets, but they immediately fired several more shots. I had no choice but to run for my life. Maniacs shooting at me. I felt that they never intended to kill me right away. Instead, they seemed to be having fun watching me panic. Every shot scratched at me, but none of them were fatal. I just kept dodging the ethereals and the sniper, running for my life. In the end, I finally managed to hide in a place with fewer ethereals, but that maniac shot a tranquilizer into my thigh. I quickly passed out again. After that, I woke up for the second time with you all around me. Take some time to calm down. Is that all you want to ask? Well, anyway, thank you all. If you had come any later, I think all 3 of us would have been killed by that maniac. Okay, so you know how I was saying like they were probably toying with them and fucking around with them? That sounds like that. Take a deep breath. If your emotions get too intense, the wound might reopen. I feel like I'm gonna throw up. The feeling that someone's still trying to shoot me, it just won't go away. Are you guys okay? Clearly not. I'm okay. Did you save us? I'm just about holding up. I more or less recovered from the shock. I remember you. You were the one looking for someone around Port Elpis, weren't you? Wait. Were you the restaurant lady? I think I've seen you before. How embarrassing. I never thought we'd meet again like this. What are your names? My name's Zoe. Erin, just call me Erin. Ugh. Feeling nauseous again? I managed to hold it in. Did you want to ask us something? I have some questions for you. No problem. We'll answer what we can. Ooh. I love that, like, you do get options to see what else is here, but I feel like for a game that allows you to skip, this is preventing you from skipping. I'm just saying. But I preferred the lore. When did you get kidnapped and taken into the Hollow? For me, you know I was sightseeing at Port Ellipse earlier. After that, I was on my way back home, driving along the deserted road when I seemed to hit something, so I got out of the car to check. Wait, no, you're the person that was in the next to the trash can that I wanted to talk to but never got to talk to. Just a few seconds after I got out of my car, someone hit me from behind and knocked me out. I still have a bump on the back of my head. You can feel it. Let me take a look. There really is a bump on the back of your head. As for me, I was sitting at home with my friend when someone pried open the lock and tampered with our food or water or something. I don't know what they did exactly, but shortly after we ate, we both passed out. Were we the only 3 rescued from the Hollow? Did you see another woman? Just the 3 of you. I got a few more questions. What happened when you were in the Hollow? Do I really have to talk about it? If possible, I'd rather not relive it. I'll go first. After I woke up, I found myself tied up, lying alone in a corner of the Hollow. With the ethereals wandering nearby, if I didn't make an escape then and there, I'd be doomed. So I found something sharp and cut through the rope. After freeing myself, I was about to run when a bullet grazed the top of my head from above. That's when I realized someone had been watching me all along. Same. The same thing happened to me. When I woke up, my limbs were tied and the ethereals were already closing in. Fortunately, the ropes weren't tied too tightly. I used a broken iron railing nearby and eventually managed to cut through them. But I barely ran a few steps when a bullet hit my left arm. I could only grit my teeth and run for my life. If she keeps talking, she'll throw up again. That maniac shooting from the shadows. They seem to take pleasure in watching her frantic attempts to escape. They could have just killed us right there, but they deliberately aimed each shot slightly off target, giving us just enough strength to keep struggling. It is strange that these characters would be the ones saying that, right? Because it's just like, how would you know? Right? Like, maybe they're just bad shots. Under the threat of the ethereals chasing me and the sniper's fire, I don't even know how long I ran. Eventually, I managed to reach an area where the ethereals were less active, but that maniac shot me with a tranquilizer and I passed out again. Same here. Now that I think about it, we must have both passed out in the same area. Take some time to calm down. All right. Anyway, thank you for you and your companion. If it weren't for your arrival, I don't think the perpetrator would have let us leave so easily. Why are we being targeted? I can't take it anymore. And then she passed out. Or we talked to Trigger. No one else? This skyline looks very suspiciously the same as in the future. After a brief check-in on the 3 survivors, you share what you've learned with Charon. Then she calls the 3 of you over.
Thank you all for assisting me, even though I'm a stranger. You've given me valuable information.
It's the least we can do after you saved our lives. If there's anything else you want to ask, go right ahead.
I do have some questions left to ask. Before that, could the 3 of you introduce yourselves? I'd like to see if there's a pattern to how the killer chose their targets.
I'll go first. My name's Zoe. I used to be a soldier in the Defense Force, but now I'm just working a regular desk job at a private company. Don't let that fool you, though. I've earned my stripes.
I'm Jesse, currently working as an internet information broker. I'm still pretty new at it, though, so I can't think of any reason someone would target me.
Oh, so you're our guy.
My turn? I'm Erin. I was also in the Defense Force, but now I'm unemployed. Actually, I have a question for you all. Did you see my friend when you were in the Hollow? She's about my height, with shoulder-length blonde hair and a mole under her eye. We were kidnapped together, but I can't find her anywhere now.
I don't recall seeing anyone like that.
If I'm not mistaken, we didn't come across anyone like that in the Hollow, among both the survivors or the bodies.
It's all right. I'll keep looking. I hope she's okay. We were always inseparable. We even planned to visit Scott Outpost together for Remembrance Day. I never thought something like this would happen.
Remembrance Day?
Remembrance Day? What's that?
As the name suggests, it's a day organized by the Defense Force for the families of deceased soldiers and veterans. People gather to mourn their loved ones who died in the fall of the old capital and find comfort in each other's company.
I didn't know the Defense Force did that. Huh. Maybe I should go check it out.
If I can't find her anywhere else, I'll head to Remembrance Day alone. Maybe she'll show up there. Was your missing friend also a member of the Defense Force? Yes, she and I were in the same squad. Obsidian Division's Cartis squad.
So the targeted attack on the Defense Force... Wait, Jesse wasn't in the Defense Force.
This sounds like a series of murders targeting the Defense Force. But then, Jesse wasn't with the Defense Force.
I think he was just a unlucky candidate that was nearby.
No, you're probably not far off. Jesse claims to have been up front, but he neglected to mention he was once part of the Defense Force. Right, Jesse?
Well, that's... I just don't like bringing up my past in the Defense Force. It's not like I'm trying to hide it. They're just memories from my time there that I'd rather forget. I was part of Obsidian Division's Noct Squad. That's the absolute truth.
So everyone's from the Obsidian Division.
I was also in the Obsidian Division, Impera Squad. I don't know who those who died in the Hollow were, but it seems the killer really is targeting members of the Defense Force.
Wait a second. If I remember correctly, during the fall of the old capital, didn't our 3 squads work together on a mission outside Hollow Zero?
We did? I don't really remember.
I have a vague memory of it, but there were so many people on the mission, I don't remember your faces.
Thank you all for the information. I'm starting to see a pattern in the killer's choice of targets. But there's something else I need to ask. I came to this hollow because someone I'm searching for sent me its location. And that person was likely being held by the killer as well. Did you happen to see anyone else?
The 3 survivors exchange confused glances before shaking their heads at Charon.
You're not giving us much to go on. At least tell us what kind of person you're looking for, male or female, what they look like. Can't offer much help without that.
Sorry, I don't have much else to share. Even so, if any of you remember anything else that may be useful, please let me know. This is very important to me.
You don't even know who they are, yet you're so determined to find them. Is it really going to be an issue if you can't find this person?
Well, well, it's gonna bother her, that's for sure.
Maybe. I've been searching for someone for a long time. They might be the key to achieving my goal.
I see. Whatever happens, I hope you find them. If there's anything I can do to help, just let me know.
Thank you. But please, prioritize your own safety. If the killer is targeting former Defense Force members, there's a good chance they'll come after you again. Stay vigilant.
Of course. Once I've checked out Remembrance Day, I'm locking myself in my room and throwing away the key.
Oh, me. You return to random play with Charon. Even after questioning those 3 survivors, it seems the clues we gathered are still not enough. Our goal is to find the missing client. Right now, we only know that he was likely kidnapped by the perpetrator, but we have no idea who the perpetrator is or where they went. Charon, do you have any ideas? I think the other proxy is right. The information the 3 survivors provided is limited. With our current information, it's hard to deduce where we should go next to find the client. Our clues have run dry. But we still got something out of it. At least now we know some characteristics of the perpetrator. A sadistic sniper with a grudge against the Defense Force. They're meticulous in planning, avoiding open confrontations, and are obsessed with committed crimes in the Hollow. With these characteristics and the Hollow coordinates, we might be able to deduce the general area where the perpetrator operates, as well as a potential base where they might have placed the kidnapped victims. But that would take quite a lot of time. Yes, and while we're narrowing down the search, the perpetrator might continue committing more crimes. Charon seems somewhat agitated. The lack of clues plunges you all into silence. Just as you're about to accept reality and start organizing the current clues to narrow down the search, the door to the video store suddenly opens. Shepard? Oh, someone's here. Wise, I think it's Shepard. He's at the counter. Yeah, we can see that. The intelligence broker might have something important to tell us. Proxy, let's talk with him first. Bro is hunched over. Are you good? You bring Shepard to a room where you can talk.
Phaethon, you've already been to the Hollow and made it back safely?
Yeah.
Did you run all the way here? Do you need a moment? We've already been to the Hollow, but unfortunately, we haven't found the client yet.
I'm fine. Did you find any clues there?
There are traces left behind. Signs of a kidnapping. It's very likely the client was involved.
Cooperate with Charon and share only part of the info. Ask Shepard what he rushed over. I don't want to give away information. I'm going to ask Shepard.
That's right. It seems the client was kidnapped, taken into the Hollow, and later moved again. We're still looking for more clues. So, what made you rush over to the store?
I didn't think he'd spill everything, bro.
Well, just take a look for yourself.
Shepard shows you his phone. About 10 minutes ago, the missing client sent him another location on Knock Knock. There were no other messages.
I checked a map of New Eridu. This spot, it's another Hollow entrance.
This feels off.
We were just stressing over a lack of leads, and now one conveniently falls into our laps? Something about this feels off.
You're sure it's just a disappearance for now and nothing more serious has happened, right? If that's the case, the situation is still manageable. No matter how shaky the clue is, let's keep investigating. Just be careful. Any casualties and this will become something beyond our control.
Well?
At that point, stop the commission and contact me. I'll bring in some professional Hollow experts to deal with the situation.
Shepard hurries out again. You turn to Charon, who seems unsettled. Has she held back the full truth from Shepard to avoid having the search handed off to someone else? I mean, yeah, because once they find out it's serious, they're not going to give it to a baby rookie, like, Hollow investigator / proxy.
Thank you for not revealing what really happened to that information broker.
It's nothing, but why?
Don't mention it, but why keep secrets? From a practical standpoint, wouldn't calling for backup have been the safer move?
The killer is a sniper who has no qualms about taking lives. Judging by the victim's injuries, it's clear they know how to deal a fatal blow and how to inflict pain without causing death. Most Hollow Raiders lack experience dealing with snipers. If they encounter the killer, it's likely to end in a difficult fight, or worse, casualties. And besides, asking for help from others would only delay the search. The client is at risk right now, so I think we should follow the clues and enter the hollow as soon as possible to ensure their safety.
What if it's a trap?
I may have kept it from Shepard, but I have to admit, it's too dangerous. That location message seems cagey. It could be a trap to lure us in.
I understand, I really do. But what if we're late and something happens to the client?
Why is the client so important to you, Charon? Would you be willing to tell us? Are you so set on finding them because they're connected to the person you've been looking for?
The client's true identity might be the very person I've been looking for. And if not, they most certainly have some vital information. Since leaving the military, I've spent years searching for my missing teammates. They were more than just comrades who trusted me with their lives. To me, someone raised as an orphan. They were family. I've scoured countless hollows and every corner of New Eridu to find them, but I've never found a single lead. Until I met you and heard that melody on the harmonica. It's called Homecoming. My squad leader composed it. Only our squad knew it. And yet that client of yours not only knows the song, but also gave you the sheet music. Please, Proxy. This client is the only lead I have left. I'm certain my teammates are still alive. If this trail goes cold, I don't know when I'll get another chance to reunite with them.
If they're still alive, could there really be no trace of them after all these years? Belle's gaze towards you seems to convey such a question. But then thinking about how you're also searching for your teacher, it doesn't seem all that hard to understand. We'll have to tread carefully this time.
I understand how anxious you must be right now. We can help you, but we really need to be careful this time.
Thank you, Proxy. I feel much better knowing I have your support. You can trust me. I'll protect you if the killer is really waiting for us in the hollow. We'll make it out in one piece.
Proxy, if your senses are shared when controlling the Bangbu, does that mean the pain is shared as well? Pain is shared as well, but I won't receive any injury, don't worry. Oh, that's interesting. So both of us will get hurt if we use the Bangbu. That is lore. That is lore to me, at least. Then I won't let that perpetrator lay a single scratch on this Bangbu. If a fight breaks out, stay right behind me. Wise, although we agreed to let Charon investigate the hollow, I still feel that the clues appearing at this moment are rather suspicious. I'll be careful. Well, you must be careful, dumbass.
Looks like there's something here. Is this a communicator?
I mean, it's titled Mysterious Communicator. I wonder what this is.
Proxy, look at this. A communicator left right at the hollow's entrance.
Wow, a communicator? Why do they need to repeat this like 3 times? Why would there be a Why would there be a communicator here? I don't know. I don't know why the communicator's here, buddy.
Why is there a communicator here? It doesn't look like it was left behind randomly.
There's hardly any dust on its surface, which means it was only placed here recently. It looks like someone wants us to use it.
Oh, such decisiveness. Following random location info without even thinking twice. I'm glad, Sniper of Liar Squad.
I like your voice. Liar Squad.
Liar Squad? What's that? More importantly, who are you?
Sniper. Or should I say Charon now? Haven't you shared your past with our dear Proxy? If introductions aren't your strong suit, I'd be happy to show you how. You can call me Grim Vulture, the one behind this string of murders. You see, I've been working my way down a list, crossing off names. And now, Charon of Liar Squad, your name is next.
Looks like you've done your homework on me. Just because my presence interfered with your plan, you've decided to take me out for good?
I thought you were just going to be another obstacle in my way. But now, with you in my sights, this must be some kind of destiny.
Okay.
I'm not sure what you're referring to, but I'm looking for someone. Given that you're waiting at the hollow entrance they shared, I'm guessing you have them. If you hand them over, perhaps we can make a deal.
Karen suddenly dodges to the side, raising her guns and fires, using her body to shield Eos. Next instant, a bullet flies past her and hits the ground. Her shot flew into the distance, and there's only one sure thing that's for certain. It didn't hit Grim Vulture.
So your version of making a deal is stalling for time to locate me and lining up your shot? Can't say I'm surprised. After all, that's exactly what I plan to do too. You seem to have rather unique eyes, but you'll never get the chance to hit me. After all, no one's better at counter-sniping than me.
Seems talking won't resolve this, but I'm not averse to using force.
Now that's the spirit. If you're looking for someone, why not search the hollow for clues? Providing you can survive both my attacks and those of the ethereals, of course.
Bro's actually the fucking Riddler. Like, why don't you look for clues around the hollow?
Oh, and I've prepared a little gift for all your trouble. I hope you still have that determined look on your face after seeing it.
Oh my god, it disappeared. Bro just poofed out a communicator out of thin air. Ooh.
Watch out for Grim Vulture taking shots from afar.
Oh, well, shite. At least there's a fucking laser.
Is there nothing we can do?
Adjusting for wind.
Hello?
I found a box. Something feels off about it.
Strange eye-catching box. It's almost like it's the only wooden box in this entire area. A rather creepy box. It's giving off an unsettling stench. You have a bad feeling that opening it would be asking you for trouble. You glance at Karen beside you, who has fallen silent. Clearly, she's having the same feeling. Right now, she's hesitating about whether to open the box. Open the box! Why are you not open the box! Karen opens the box anyway. A blood-stained, tattered military cap carelessly crumples and stuffed into the corner of the box. Though the owner's identity remains unknown, the message it conveys can only mean one thing. Death. Yeah, I don't know why she's not gonna touch it, is a new question. Karen reaches out and picks up the military cap from the box. Her fingers traces its shape. Her lips tremble. I'm okay, Proxy. If my sense of touch isn't deceiving me, this appears to be the outfit my former teammate wore, or a replica of it. So, this is the surprise Grim Vulture mentioned. I see now. Let's keep moving, Proxy. Karen goes silent, yet as she chambers another round, you can sense her hands trembling slightly, while her grip grows even stronger.
You still remember what's inside the box, right? Your loyal teammate's cap. The one Styx always wore.
Okay, so maybe it's like a competing, like, division of those.
As to how he died? I'll tell you. He took his own life. No, it wasn't much different from being offed by ethereals.
Ether vision activate.
Ethereals had almost completely taken over his body. He was being corrupted, covered in ether crystals. His core was almost fully formed.
Quick shot.
Everything's under control.
He didn't want to become an ethereal, so he raised the cannon he was oh so proud of, with just one last shell inside.
Another high-pressure ether tank. And a lot of ethereals have already been drawn to it.
Oh, hello? Okay. I moved my mouse and it was like, nah. Or I just can't take the shot.
We did it, Proxy. Let's keep moving.
Is there gonna be a box for every single person at this point?
I want to catch that murderer as soon as possible.
Bro. The second box is all the way on the camera's floor. Why is it in this way? The second box emanates an ominous aura. That unsettling stench seems to warn you that its contents, just like the previous box, will give you an absolutely wretched experience. Karen's breathing grows heavy. She stands still for several seconds, seemingly trying to control her emotional turmoil. Karen! Finally, she opens the box. A pair of blood-stained, tattered military gloves lie twisted in the center of the box. It's clear that whoever placed them here hadn't just tossed them in carelessly. They've been deliberately arranged with meticulous intent. Karen picks up the gloves, once again feeling their contours and icy touch. Her lips turn pale. Just as I thought. These are from one of my squad mates too. Karen. Let's keep moving, Proxy. Following this route should lead us to the Grim Vulture's hideout. I'm fine. Karen picks up her weapon again, but there's an unmistakable tremor of unease in her voice.
Acheron's favorite gloves.
Damn, Acheron died.
It wasn't easy getting my hands on them.
Target locked.
07 Acheron from Hawkeye Star Rail.
Commander, even her looks so stylish. Such a pity. In the end, both her hands were missing. Oh, don't you think that's a shame, little sniper?
Bro.
Patient.
Oh,
I'll cover you.
I didn't realize this Ethereal was here.
If they could no longer hold a sword. Ethereal's gnawed off her arms and part of her leg as well.
Stage is mine.
But she still had some backbone. She stood tall, even in death.
I'm kind of curious as to, like, if this is a competitive person from a different division.
Even the most beautiful flower will wither without protection, won't it?
Because, like, it's starting to sound like this isn't someone from her squad, but someone else's. Maybe they were like...
Now, do you think I'm telling the truth or a lie this time?
I don't know why that line was put in there. There's still a third box. You grab Karen's hand, trying to stop her from opening it, but she lifts the box lid almost mechanically. The third box contains a blood-stained corner of clothing and a severely damaged piece of engineering equipment. It's also stained with blood. Karen picks them up, her trembling fingers feeling their shapes. She doesn't speak, neither about the plans for pursuing Grim Vulture, nor about which her companions these items belong to. Until the communicator in our hands rings again in Grim Vulture's voice.
Congratulations! You found the third box. Inside is... Who was it again? Oh, right. A piece of bloodied fabric from Cocytus's clothes and some damaged engineering gear stained with Leafy's blood. There weren't enough boxes, so I had to cram them together. They're just a medic and an engineer, not exactly combat material, right? Surely you're not mad, are you?
Karen's face suddenly turns deathly pale. She silently picks up the bloodied items from the box, her spirit visibly shaken by the weight of these ominous relics. How much do you intend on tormenting her, buddy?
That's enough. Using her squad mates who are like family to mentally torture her. How much longer are you planning on doing this?
Well, I don't know. Maybe she derives joy from it. That's why.
Oh dear. Did I go too far? My sincerest apologies. It's just watching you plunge headfirst into my trap was so entertaining. I may have gotten a bit carried away, you know? Relax. The person you're looking for isn't here. And those are just fakes. I didn't actually take them from her comrades. Her comrades are long since corpses in the hollow, after all. How could I possibly have gotten hold of their clothes?
A surge of rage threatens to drown out all thought. Just as you're about to retort, a crisp gunshot rings out. Karen's shot is clean and decisive, but carrying an unmistakable intent to kill. From the response at the other end of the communicator, it seems like she missed her target.
Oh, a decisive strike to be sure. But as I've already said, your awareness, sight, and experience mean nothing in front of a more skilled sniper.
I didn't expect to kill you so easily. There was a subtle change in your ether fluctuations the moment I fired. That was all I needed. You knowing my past makes me feel sick. But after seeing that you're just a coward who feels fear from another's killing intent, it doesn't bother me as much anymore.
Coward, you say? How fascinating. You were little more than a hollow shell before. But now that you've bared your teeth, you've started looking somewhat respectable. I know your composure is nothing more than a facade. You've never truly faced the weight of your comrades' deaths, have you? I bet your mind is now filled with their dying screams.
I don't know if her squad mates are still alive, buddy. You have no right to taunt her.
We both believe her squad is still alive. You can stop with the lies. Why are you so fixated on Charon? Just because she used to serve in the defense force? She has nothing to do with your target.
Well, we don't really know what her target is. It's just like people from the defense force is her target.
Nothing to do with it. Then why don't you go ask her about it? What surprises me more is you actually believe her teammates are still alive. Don't tell me she dragged you into all this danger without telling you anything.
Shut up.
If she won't tell you, I will. Those so-called alive squad mates of hers went missing during the fall of the old capital. I'm sure you know exactly what that means. When the old capital fell, countless Defense Force soldiers were either killed by ethereals or became them. The surviving soldiers, struggling to defend themselves, never had the opportunity to carry their comrades' bodies out of Hollow Zero. Obviously, her squad mates, the members of Liar Squad, were among the dead. But since their bodies were never found, she insists they're still alive, even going as far as to deceive her own proxy. It's laughable.
I didn't lie to the proxy. They're alive. I have proof. Someone like you could never understand.
I could never understand? Huh. You think it's hard to understand your childish thought process? If you really have solid proof, why not tell me? Come on, let's hear it.
But why would she tell you? You've been a dick this entire time.
My eyes. I lost nearly 90% of my vision during the fall of the old capital. But in return, I gained the ability to see what others can't. Every second of every day for years, I've seen my squad mates. Not as fleeting shadows, but vivid and lifelike. They've never disappeared. They're alive, waiting for me to find them. Why else would I have been given these eyes?
Or she's like hallucinating. I don't know.
That's your proof? Did you hear that? Proxy hiding in the bamboo. She spent years chasing after people who couldn't possibly exist, all because of some ghostly visions. You'd rather believe those visions of your teammates are real-time projections than accept that they're dead. What if I told you the way I described their deaths before was the absolute truth?
After you went flip-flopping back and forth on whether or not you're lying, I don't think so.
Will you finally face reality? Or will you keep fooling yourself, believing in ghosts? I guess you'll keep deceiving yourself, because that's how you survive.
I'm not lying to myself. I really
want to find your squad mates who have been missing for years and were officially declared dead? You couldn't protect them when the old capital fell, and now you're just making up stories to fool yourself, to give yourself some so-called reason to go on, to latch on to any stupid excuse. You're just a selfish, naive coward who did nothing and couldn't do anything when your comrades were dying.
Charon stands there, speechless. Grim Vulture's relentless verbal assaults clearly struck home. Little color that had briefly returned to her face drains away, leaving her visibly shaken, unable to muster a single word in rebuttal. Bro, who the fuck is this person? Like, is it like someone related to the like families of the people that died or something? And then now that's why she's trying to do it? Because it seems like the motive is like the fact that they couldn't have been protected during the old Hollow Zero's disaster, right?
Giving up already? At least you've got a shred of dignity left. Nothing disgusts me more than a useless hypocrite. Enough of this. Time to die, coward.
Charon's not a coward.
Charon is not a coward. Someone who enters the Hollows despite the condition of their eyes is anything but a coward. At the very least, she's far braver than a criminal like you, who hides in the shadows, enjoys torturing others, and is constantly in fear of being caught.
Proxy,
Your proxy sure has a way with words. I won't waste any more of my breath. Just die already.
Analysis of surrounding fissures complete. Charon, let's escape into that fissure.
I've completed analysis of the surrounding fissures. Charon, snap out of it. We can use that fissure to escape.
Fissures? When did you... still trying to play tricks.
With no hope of a counterattack, you practically drag Charon, turning to run towards the fissure that had escaped Grim Vulture's notice. Just as the bullet's about to strike, you manage to escape through the fissure. Okay. This really seems like someone that's like closely tied to her squad, but isn't exactly in it. You escape from the hollow and return to the video store, bringing along Charon, who's lost all will to fight. She seems more traumatized than you imagined, repeatedly touching her eyes, silent and distant.
Charon? Do you want some hot cocoa? I'm sure you're exhausted after such a tough fight. You should get some rest.
Thanks, but I'm fine.
I don't know about fine. Don't let Grim Vulture get to you.
Don't listen to Grim Vulture. They'd say anything to get under your skin. Once we start doubting the truth, we've fallen into their trap.
No, Proxy. I think Grim Vulture has a point. Maybe it's all just in my head. The things Grim Vulture left. When I touched them, I was reminded of the day the old capital fell. I felt the same sensation when I touched an injured comrade. I tried to shake off that feeling. But the truth is, I can't stop thinking about the possibility that all my squad mates are dead.
But my question is, why did she think they were alive in the first place? The day the old capital fell, what happened back then?
Would you be willing to share more? What really happened on the day the old capital fell with you and the Liar Squad?
That day, in the first hour Hollow Zero started expanding, Defense Force HQ thought it was just a normal Hollow disaster, and thought they could suppress it with the standard amount of troops. Liar Squad was among the first troops sent there. Before we left, our superiors promised reinforcements would be on the way to support us in combat, so we didn't need to worry too much about facing the Ethereals. But soon after we began the mission, we realized things weren't going to go like we thought. The Ethereals came at us like an endless tide. The Hollow expanded beyond control, and more importantly, the reinforcements never came. The Defense Force troops outside the Hollow soon realized this was no ordinary disaster. Hollow Zero was devouring Eridu at horrifying speed. The reinforcement plan was called off, and the promised troops retreated. Honestly, even if they had come to help, it wouldn't have changed anything. I watched as members of the advanced force around me died one after another, or were corrupted into Ethereals. Our squad slowly lost the strength to maintain formation. I was a weak point in our formation. An ether shot fired by an Ethereal hit my eyes, corrupting them. Because of that and several other wounds, I shortly lost consciousness. I'm not sure how long I was out, but just before losing my vision, I briefly regained consciousness. The last thing my eyes saw was my squad mate standing in front of me, looking back. When I woke up again, I was already back at base. The higher-ups detonated the Shiryu pillars, and finally managed to bring Hollow Zero under control. I don't know who rescued me from the Hollow, but none of my squad mates had made it out.
That looks like a whole ass fucking ethereal being, and I'm scared because it also kind of looks like a Pokemon.
For some reason, the image of my squad mates being the last thing I saw has stayed in my mind. It must be some kind of sign. A sign that they're still alive. Don't you think?
Here's my thing. I think it's survivor's guilt. I feel like they're all dead. It's just that she wants to have something to keep going. I don't think that the replicas were real, though. I think they were fakes just to, like, for that Grim Vulture person to, like, tease her and just be like, haha, look, all your friends are dead. But I don't think those are real, honestly. That Vulture person must be someone within the Defense Force, right? That had knowledge about the Hollow Zero destruction. Maybe, like, I don't know, maybe it's like one of these people's kids that grew up and found out that the military never did anything to try and help them or bring in reinforcements. So now they're going on a killing spree, trying to destroy all of the defense force people because they were just like, you did nothing during the Hollow Zero destruction. You should be dead, you know? And maybe that's why they're taking out these people. But also, I just realized this might be Nineveh. If these are like the drones, right? This is probably Nineveh, but unless she's like upgraded or something.
They must have continued fighting after I fell unconscious, eventually getting lost in some hollow and losing contact with the main force, left to wander between the various hollows of New Eridu. That must have been what happened, right?
But even then, you would get corrupted by ether after such a long period of time. Like, yeah, there's like hideouts in the hollow where like you could potentially have a safe space to hide from, but how long can you do that without like food or resources and stuff like that, you know?
The defense force, civilians, no one believes me. So I decided to find them myself. The reason behind these eyes, it's got to be to guide me to finding them still alive. Am I wrong, Proxy? Are these eyes pointless? I knew that's what you thought. Interpreting what my eyes see as proof my squad mates are still alive is just wishful thinking. But if they're really gone, why would I have been given these eyes, which bring nothing but pain?
Survivor's guilt. That's what it is.
If they're truly no longer alive, how can I apologize to them in person? Tell them I'm sorry. Sorry for being so weak. Sorry that I failed to protect them. Their faces are all so blurry. I can't see their expressions. I can't even bear to look at them. If their final look at me was filled with resentment and disappointment, I wouldn't know how to handle it.
Hold Charon's hand or wipe Charon's tears away. I don't think we're close enough to wipe Charon's tears away, but I feel like this is the sussy answer. But I will hold your hand.
Charon, listen to me. Even if everyone else thinks you're wrong, Belle and I will always stand by your resolve to find your squad mates. You don't need to make any justifications. Because someone close to us is missing too. And we desperately hope she's still alive. Even if the whole world doesn't understand, we will never give up. But I also think, being consumed by this obsession, unable to move forward, that's not what those who matter to us would want.
That's right. Charon, you're a very kind person. Maybe that's why you feel responsible for protecting everyone and regret when you can't do enough. But you don't have to carry it all on your own.
Damn, Belle out here being a therapist. We'll stick with you to the end. We'll be there to support you.
You can trust us to have your back. We're certain that Grim Vulture hasn't killed the client yet. As long as we have a lead, there's still hope. And we'll be your support. Your will and determination shouldn't be dismissed. No matter how things turn out, we'll stand by your side and we'll face it together.
Bro, it's crazy that this happened after like, what, a day? Belle and Wise are truly ride or dies, and I love that for them.
Proxy, thank you. I feel better now. At the very least, I want to keep investigating. I'm not just going to stop here.
With the tension easing, it's time to discuss the plan going forward. Just then, the phone rings. Hi, Shepard.
Sorry to disturb you at this hour. Did you go investigate that new hollow? How's it going? Oh, never mind. The client just shared a new location with me on Knock Knock.
They're pretty eager, huh? Which hollow is it this time?
No, it's not a hollow. If I'm reading this right, this location is Scott Outpost.
Oh.
Scott Outpost? Isn't that managed by the Defense Force and White Star Institute? What's Grim Vulture up to?
It's Remembrance Day. Don't you recall what Aaron said before? They're holding an event right now, and the place will be open to the public.
So we aren't being lured into a hollow. What's Grim Vulture up? Well, unless they decide to snipe everyone at the event.
So they're not trying to lure us into a hollow this time. What's the deal? Are they trying to taunt us?
Whether it's a provocation or a trap, I'm not missing any chance to face Grim Vulture. Proxy, will you go with me?
The official commencement of Remembrance Day has been scheduled for tomorrow morning, meaning ordinary citizens still cannot freely enter Scott Outpost today. Under arrangements, Charon spends the night at the store until the next morning. Wise, we'll be heading out to Scott Outpost with Charon soon. Did you rest well last night? I didn't sleep much, honestly. Me too. Thoughts of the past kept me up, especially those related to Charon, and I didn't manage to fall asleep until late. Anyway, Charon's already waiting for you in the parking lot. I wonder how she's feeling now. Wise, please take good care of her when the time comes, okay? Leave it to me. Morning, Proxy. You seemed well last night? Yes, I did. Sorry, Proxy, for losing my composure in front of you yesterday. I think I've gotten my mood back in order now. Girly Pop, you are dealing with the death of your friends. You're fine. Stairs. It seems I can't hide it from you, Proxy. I'm sorry. I think I'm still struggling to process the sadness and unease. I'm not sure where I should go from here. Let's find a way forward together. Yeah, you're right. Instead of continuing to suffer, it's better to reach out and grasp all the hope we can find around us. Maybe things will eventually change. Let's go, Proxy. Today we're attending the Remembrance Day as ordinary citizens, so we can't carry any weapons. I suppose Grim Vulture wouldn't be foolish enough to make a move inside a military stronghold. Listen, unless... I'm telling you, like, maybe they just, I don't know, planted something, and because everyone's there and everyone most likely is connected to the military, it's a very easy target. Let's keep an eye out while we're there. I believe we should be able to find new clues. You arrive at Scott Outpost with Charon. Many citizens have come to Remembrance Day. They must be the relative of those who gave their lives during the fall of the old capital. For some reason, after coming here, Charon has been acting a bit strange. Proxy, can we explore this place later? How about we explore this place later? I'm sorry. What's wrong? No, it's nothing. Staring. All right, I'll say it. It seems like there are some familiar faces here. Wouldn't it be nice to meet them? I don't think I can face them. If I'm not mistaken, they should be the family members of my teammates. I don't know how I should face them. Well, you'll have to face them sooner or later, right? I know, but I'll be there for you. Then it's a deal. I'll go and talk to them. Proxy, you don't have to say anything, just stay by my side and give me the courage to speak. Oh, is that bro? Oh, he's just a little drunk. I mean, oh, I'll throw up. I'll throw up right now. Just a little drunk. Just it's a smidgen drunk. Soldier speech. Oh, interesting. Let's roll in too. These candles are a fucking fire hazard for sure. Are you Alan, Acheron's brother? How did you know? Who are you? Wait, your eye covered. So you're Acheron's sole surviving teammate. I remember you. We met once after the fall of the old capital. After that, I didn't hear anything about you again. I never expected to meet you here. This plushie? It's Acheron's favorite plushie. She always kept it in the most prominent spot in her room. I brought it along here, as if bringing my sister's shadow to participate in Remembrance Day. I'm sorry, Mr. Allen. You don't need to apologize. I still remember one time when my sister came home excitedly telling me that a shy new girl joined the squad. That girl didn't speak much, but she was beautiful in battle. That was the happiest I'd ever seen her. To her, you were a presence that inspired admiration and a desire not to fall behind. A beautiful soldier who gave her the drive to keep moving forward. You don't have to apologize to me. If my sister were here, she would say the same thing. Please don't mind me too much. The Defense Force has made a lot of preparations for Remembrance Day event. Please, take your time here. Oh, another year without you by your side. Mom and Dad misses you so much. Oh, bro. Bro! These candles are still a fucking fire hazard, but bro! Okay. Oh, there's a little kid. That's gonna probably kill me. Ethel. My son, can you see me now? I'm doing well. My legs and feet are fine. I just miss you so much. Excuse me, are you Coictus' mother, Ethel? Ethel? Not sure how that's pronounced, actually. Oh, you are... Oh, I recognize you. I saw you once at the military camp after the fall of the old city. You're Quake's teammate, one of the survivors. I've been wanting to get in touch with you over the years to see how you've been, but I never heard from you. I didn't expect to meet you here at Remembrance Day. I guess this is fate. Mrs. Ethel, your health's still... I'm in good health, fortunately. Everything is fine. Although I'm the only one left in the family, the pension from the government's enough, and I still have some years left in me. I'm sorry. Coitus, he... Child, you don't need to apologize. My son may appear carefree on the surface, but he's always felt so much pressure. One day he suddenly told me that he had found a companion who truly understood him. I believe he was talking about you. How could I possibly blame you? Someone who helped my son. It's such a blessing. You, a kind-hearted person, are alive and standing here today. I'm so glad. Mrs. Ethel, I thought something flew across my screen. I thought it was gonna hit her on the head. Child, don't worry about me. Since you're here for Remembrance Day, take your time to walk around and look around. I hope you find something meaningful. Son, I'm in good health now and doing well. Oh, you do the same thing. Oh. Oh, Ethel. Oh no, there's a kid. Another year has passed. Oh no. Wait a moment. That eye cover, that blonde hair. Could you be my husband Styx's teammate? Styx, are you Miss Sally, Styx's wife? Yes, my daughter and I came to attend Remembrance Day. The last time I saw you was right after the fall of the old capital. I never expected to see you here again today. Your daughter. Is this your daughter, Zeta? Who is she? Zeta, this is your dad's comrade from the Defense Force. Every time we went to the battlefield, she would be there to protect him. Protect him? Comrade? If that's so, why didn't you protect my dad during the fall of the old capital? Why'd you let him die and make him unable to come back to me? Zeta! I'm sorry I couldn't protect him. I'm sorry. Don't listen to what Zeta's saying. She doesn't understand. We never blamed you. Please. Please don't say that. Zeta, you can't say such hurtful things. Apologize right now. Why should I apologize? She survived, but Dad didn't. Isn't that the truth? If it weren't for her abandoning him, Dad would have come back safely. Enough. You don't know what happened back then. Miss Sally, I don't think she's wrong. Please don't think that way. I'll make sure to bring her to apologize to you later. I do explain to her what really happened. I'm really sorry. Please, don't let us keep you. Go and explore Remembrance Day event for now. Please remember, all your comrades, including my husband, would want you to see the hope they left behind. To your surprise, many relatives of the deceased Liar Squad members are here for the Remembrance Day event. Is this really just a coincidence? As you ponder this question, the relatives have gathered in front of Charon.
Miss, I'm sorry for being mean to you before. Mom told me you were protecting Dad until the very last moment before you passed out. I shouldn't have said you left him to die.
I'm really sorry. Zeta was really young when it happened, so she was too little to understand, and I haven't really talked about it. I hope she didn't upset you.
No, she was right. If only I'd been strong enough to take down most of the ethereals, maybe they wouldn't have ended up in that situation.
Oh, that's not fair. The old capital was falling. No single person's strength could ever be the deciding factor in the face of a disaster like that.
In spite of it all, you survived. If they were still here, I'm sure they'd see that as something to celebrate.
I've always known the truth.
I failed to protect them. A weakling like me survived, and the rest of them disappeared without a trace. This isn't solace. It's the worst possible outcome. That's something I can't face. I've never had the courage to tell you I couldn't protect your loved ones. All I can do is wander New Eridu, hoping to find some trace of them. Even after all this time, I still haven't accomplished anything. I'm sorry.
You really don't know us at all. This isn't the worst possible outcome by any means. Styx, my husband, and all his comrades who lost their lives, each one of them left behind their own legacy. Just look all around you. Everyone standing before you is a legacy they protected that is carried on to this day. After my husband passed away, Zeta and I received survivor benefits. And with all the odd jobs I've been doing, we've managed to get to where we are today. Styx always wanted our daughter to study art, and Zeta's interested in it too. Now, that dream has become a reality. She just got accepted into the art school in Janus Quarter.
Mom and I have our tough days, but I often think of Dad's cheerful laughter, and that memory gives me the strength to keep pushing through. One day, it'll all pay off, just like it has now.
Thank you for always being by my husband's side, even at the very end.
Well, I suppose you must have heard about my condition from my son?
Ethel, Kakaitis used to tell me about you. He often took leave or skipped work to earn extra money by part-timing, or to care for you when you were sick in bed.
Yes, that's true, but I bet he never told you my illness became so bad that I needed major surgery, and he worked his tail off to raise the money. Who would have thought he would pass before me? I used the benefits from his death for the surgery, and that's the only reason I'm here today. In a way, his passing allowed my life to continue. Every time I think about it, I feel like I need to keep my body healthy and live a few more years. The sights I see, I believe he can sense them from somewhere far away. When I was too weak to take care of him, it was you and your comrades who stayed by his side. Thank you for everything that you've done for him.
As for me, well, I'm currently working as a fashion designer.
A fashion designer? Is that because of Acheron?
It is. I'm sure you remember how much she loved beautiful things. She was always into fashion, so I decided to become part of that world. That way, she can always be with me. I admit I had no idea how fun fashion design could be until I actually gave it a shot. I wish I'd figured that out sooner. We would have had so much more to talk about. Anyway, I'm planning to start my own fashion brand next year. She used to say that after retiring from the army, she wanted to pursue fashion design. I really want to carry on her dream. It feels like my life's purpose. You know, she used to talk about you when she came home for the holidays. How your rivalry pushed her to keep improving. So, thank you. I'm proud of my sister, and I'm proud of you, too.
As you can see, all of us have made it to this day, carrying the will of those we loved. So please don't say they left nothing behind. They've always been a part of every pain and joy we've experienced over the years. Please remember, everything and everyone in New Eridu is only here today because you all risked your lives in battle.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. It's been wonderful to hear about how you're all doing and to listen to these words. I'm so glad I decided to come here on Remembrance Day.
Speaking of which, I wasn't expecting to see any of you. What brings you here today?
Oh, don't tell me you all got pinged or someone by some very mysterious person.
I could ask you the same thing, Ethel. Last time I asked, you said you weren't coming. I only came because I suddenly got a DM from Nathan. He said he really wanted me to be here.
I'm here because of Nathan's message, too. He was pretty insistent, so I thought he'd be here. But I've been looking around for a while now. I still haven't seen him.
So it's the same for all of us. I responded to his message, but he never wrote back. Isn't that strange?
Isn't that strange,
Sorry,
indeed?
But who's this Nathan you're talking about?
Nathan is Lethe's younger brother. Frankly, out of all of us, he's probably the one who wants to see you the most. He used to be part of the Defense Force himself, and...
The day the old capital fell, his squad was responsible for supporting the forces that had already entered the Hollow, which included all of you. He's told us that story so many times. When they saw how bad things were in that Hollow, some of the reinforcements called off their plans and pulled back. He tried to stop them, but there was nothing he could do.
He always blamed himself and wanted to find you to apologize. But the truth is, the reinforcements retreating was inevitable. Shortly after their retreat, headquarters issued the official order. We all lost someone in that disaster. And for a while, we resented the reinforcements for their decision. But over time, we came to understand it, and we eventually let it go. There was no avoiding casualties in that battle. In hindsight, it wasn't wrong for headquarters to prioritize saving their strength.
May I ask what the name of Nathan's squad was when he was in the Defense Force?
The Impera squad of the Obsidian Division. Is something wrong?
Nothing. It's just... I think I might have stumbled upon the answer I was looking for.
After the 4 family members paid their respects and left, they continued touring on Remembrance Day. Charon stood there in a daze, seemingly having understood something. At that moment, a sound came from the open space in front of the outpost. It seems someone had stepped into the podium, and the citizens all gathered at the podium, preparing to listen to this person's speech. Okay, I like that scene, I'm not gonna lie, especially because it's like 2 different ways like you can deal with survivor's guilt. I just don't like some of the phrasing I feel like is definitely like a translation thing. That was just like, oh yeah, it like everything, I guess the idea is supposed to be that like everything happened, but like the way they were talking about like, I don't know, well, yeah, they kind of just died and now I'm here. I don't know, that's the way it came off to me, at least for some of the text. But I think what they were trying to say that even though they died, right? Even though these people died in that tragic disaster, at least now they can move on with their lives and they can do something about it. Versus like what Charon is experiencing where she's stuck in the past and she can't move on from the fact that she couldn't save her squad mates, right? So I don't know, I like that contrast. That whole scene was just, like out of everything in the story so far, a lot of it's been very like telly. It's kind of just been like, oh yeah, information drops here, blah, blah, blah. But I don't know, that one scene was very just like, let me show you how actually the contrast of how like you can move on from someone's death and stuff like that. So that was good. I like that part. According to the schedule for Remembrance Day, it should be the time for a representative of the retired Defense Force veterans to give a speech. It looks like the speech is about to begin. I feel a bit concerned. Proxy, could we go over and listen to the speech for a moment? Hello everyone, I'm honored to stand here and speak before you. Today we gather and commemorate Remembrance Day, a day before many of us lost relatives and friends in the disaster. And in combat, I was the only survivor from the squad. Everyone else perished. Jesus Christ, let me fucking read, bro.
Is that Zoe on the podium?
Is she here to speak on behalf of the soldiers?
Is she here to speak on behalf of the soldiers? A decorated veteran. That seems fitting. But I don't see Jesse or Aaron around. Didn't they come?
Everyone please, quiet down. Zoe of Nemesis Squad, a representative of the veterans, will now deliver the Remembrance Day speech.
Hello, everyone. I'm honored to stand here and speak on behalf of all of the soldiers of the Defense Force. Today, we gather to commemorate Remembrance Day, a day born from the tragedy of the old capital's fall. Many of us lost relatives or friends in the disaster, and I am no exception. Every member of my squad perished in that battle. leaving me as the only survivor. Losing the friends you cherish to the Hollow is a pain that never fades. It's a sorrow that will stay with us, now and forever. However, to the families of the fallen soldiers, hold your heads high with pride for your loved ones who gave their lives. They fought to the very last moment when the old capital fell. Death isn't the end, nor a dishonor. It is their eternal medal. They gave their lives facing an unstoppable disaster, exchanging their sacrifice for the world we have today. In doing so, they fulfilled their duties as soldiers to perfection. Without the blood they spilled, Eridu would not have endured, and new Eridu would never have risen from the ashes. In honor of the wishes of the departed, look ahead, people of New Eridu. Our thoughts and remembrance of those who passed will be carried in every flicker of candlelight and in every bouquet of flowers.
Zoe's speech is met with a wave of prolonged applause. Yet amidst the claps, she droops her head, her expression darkening. She stays silent, waiting for the applause to fade before lifting her gaze and scanning the crowd. Her eyes pause briefly on Charon, carrying a chilling aura.
My speech was meant to end here, but since you all seem quite engaged, please allow me to share a little more. The reason you all agree with what I've said is because it offers a way to step away from the pain. That's what the living do. They seek ways to ease the weight of others' deaths so they can find a way to start over. This is the new Eridu of today. A huge disaster consumed the old capital, and the people who survived it keep saying things like, treasure the moment and start fresh to numb themselves, hoping to forget the nightmare. No one talks about the soldiers who gave their lives in Hollow Zero. No one asks why they had to die. The brave gave their lives battling the ethereal onslaught, while the weak survived. This is New Eridu, built by weaklings. Its order founded upon their way of thinking. Your applause makes me realize you all accept this logic. Each of you had loved ones who sacrificed their lives in the fall of the old capital. And now, you're thankful that someone has encouraged you to move on from them. What meaning does the sacrifice of those who died have if you all choose to forget? Have you never thought about why your own loved ones had to die and why no one is responsible for their deaths?
Miss Zoe, there's not much time left for your...
Open your eyes! I'm speaking to those who have lost loved ones. If death is the medal for the fallen, then pain is the cross the living must bear. If you fear its weight and run from the suffering, the soldiers will never find peace in their eternal rest. To tear the wound open once again, so you'll never forget the searing pain. That's the real meaning of Remembrance Day.
I don't agree.
Oh?
Charon, I didn't expect you to be here for Remembrance Day. How are things going with your search? Seems like you have something to say.
Among the people standing here, there's a woman who raised her daughter with the survivor benefits left by her husband. Another who's been able to carry on with her life thanks to the final efforts of her child. And yet another who's found purpose because of the influence of his late sister. The will of the deceased lives on in every person here. The soldiers who died during the fall of the old capital fought for this. The future that their loved ones are making for themselves now. The old me might have agreed with what you said, but someone taught me that pain and hardship can lead to hope. They helped me see that hope could be inherited, not just destroyed when life fades. That's why I believe the departed didn't leave us wounded or with a heavy cross to bear, but with a melody. Each of us holds a harmonica that plays the melody of life. At first, it may sound awkward, but it will eventually flow smoothly, taking on our own style, until it merges with our soul.
You seem quite certain about what you're saying. Tell me then, what kind of melody is left behind by those we've lost?
I'm not sure. I can't picture the exact melody, but I trust the answer I've chosen. And I trust everything I've seen and heard.
A vague and insubstantial answer, isn't it? I was right about you, Charon. From the moment we met, I knew we'd never really understand each other.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
Everyone, I apologize for taking up your time. My speech ends here. Please feel free to continue with your visit.
Zoe exits the venue without sparing a single glance back, leaving the audience and the defense force in a state of confusion. Charon looks thoughtfully in the direction she disappeared.
What do you think, Proxy?
Something's up. Well, are you surprised?
Her demeanor and what she said earlier. Something was clearly off. I have a bad feeling.
You mean about her real identity, right? Looks like we're on the same page. Shielded by her identity as a decorated soldier, she seemed pretty confident that we wouldn't confront her directly on military ground like at the outpost. She arrived so brazenly and left without a care. If I'm right about this, she'll be trying to contact us again in no time.
Just as she finishes her sentence, the phone rings again. Shepard appears on screen as you answer the video call. He seems panicked and anxious to speak, but the moment he sees that you're in Scott Outpost, he swallows back the words and clears his throat instead.
Looks like you're a little busy, so I'll keep it short. The client just sent me a location via Knock Knock, along with a picture of several unconscious, tied-up individuals. I'll send you the location shortly. It should be an entrance to the Hollow in Port Elpis. At this stage, I don't have any further requests. My only hope is that you'll proceed with caution.
A location with a picture of the hostages. Looks like Grim Vulture is losing patience and wants to put an end to all this.
What do you plan on doing?
Charon, what's your plan? No matter what you decide, I'll stay by your side till the end.
Charon doesn't answer right away. Instead, she takes out her harmonica and looks down at it, as she's trying to decide. In the end, she tucks her harmonica away.
I've made up my mind. Proxy, please accept my official commission. Help me venture into the depths of the Hollow to rescue the client and any other hostages. It's time to put an end to this. It's up to me to stop Grim Vulture. Stop her from crushing everything in front of her with that heavy cross.
You leave the Remembrance Day event with Charon and return to the video store. She cleans her firearm multiple times and keeps adjusting her breathing. The showdown is about to begin. Proxy, thank you for accompanying me this far. In the upcoming battle, Grim Vulture has likely already set up a stage filled with traps. We may need to brace ourselves for a tough fight. Do you have any strategy in mind? To be honest, there isn't a fully viable strategy. The opponent is a sniper and can keenly anticipate the timing and trajectory of each of my shots, dodging in advance. Entering the battlefield pre-prepared by such a formidable enemy alone, it's foreseeable that she will continuously occupy elevated sniper positions, relentlessly targeting us, while we have very few opportunities to land a hit on her. Wouldn't that mean we'd be an easy prey? Theoretically speaking, that's right. In a sniper duel, the one who fails to secure the best vantage point or exposes their position is always the loser. But I believe there's still a chance. In our previous fight, I could sense the pride and impatience of Grim Vulture as a sniper. I'm not sure where that impatience comes from, but that pride is definitely something we can turn against her. I believe she would never accept the idea of me surpassing her in sniper skills. If I can outmatch her in a critical moment, she'll lose her composure. That will be the only instance she exposes a weakness. Proxy, this is the strategy I've chosen. Grim Vulture may indeed be the superior sniper, but I will surpass her. Make this strategy succeed. To win this battle despite the overwhelming disadvantage, please entrust your back to me, Proxy. I need you as my companion to support me. You have to do the same then, Charon. Entrust your back to me as well. Yes, I will. I'll protect you, so please also provide me with your guidance. Wise, it might seem a bit odd to bring this up at this moment, but you must be careful. Grim Vulture really intends to take our and Charon's lives, and I'm still be worried. We'll definitely come out victorious. I'll do my best to assist you. Let's put an end to this once and for all.
Charon, look. Another communicator.
Oh, why are we always on these, like specifically just here? They were just like...
Another communicator. It's a bad habit for a sniper to be so talkative.
Oop! But also, like, we're always in, like, this type of area. Like, lots of moving boxes everywhere. Like, they really like using this one set piece.
Oh, really? I think it's rather good for my mental health to witness in real time how my target becomes desperate and gives up their struggle.
Do you really still need to disguise your voice? I thought you didn't want to hide anymore, Zoe.
You're right. Seems there's no need for secrecy anymore. I, Zoe, the sniper known as Grim Vulture of Nemesis Squad, send you my regards.
Zoe. No. Grim Vulture. You, like me, were one of the advanced troops deployed to suppress Hollow Zero right after the fall of the old capital, right? Noct, Cartes, and Impera Squad. So far, all the victims have been members of these squads. They were initially supposed to enter the Hollow to reinforce the advanced troops. Nemesis, your squad, lacking reinforcements, lost everyone except you in the fall of the old capital. You blamed their deaths on the absence of reinforcements and sought revenge on them. That's my conclusion. Just like me. The fall of the old capital left you entirely alone.
A sniper, the sole survivor, a mere pawn abandoned by the military. Don't you think we're very much alike? The Impera squad member, Nathan, the one you're searching for, he pleaded with me to let him go when I was about to kill him, saying he had to see you no matter what. That's how you caught my attention. I let him live to get all sorts of information on you. I was so curious about you that I even set a trap, disguising myself as a victim to get closer to you. It turned out we share the same story. We even got the same PTSD symptoms. After all these years, we still see images of our teammates before they die. It's impossible to erase them from our minds. It's just, you use ridiculous fantasies to numb yourself, chasing after illusions of your squad mates. Well, I can't afford to be as naive as you. One night, when I was overwhelmed with the unbearable images of my comrades' deaths, vomiting and crying, I finally realized the meaning behind their appearance before me. They were pleading with me, pleading for vengeance against those who abandoned us, begging me to destroy the repulsive, hypocritical new order of New Eridu. So, I carried on their will. I began kidnapping targets and sniping them in the Hollow, watching as they became corrupted and died in despair.
Do you really think this is what they'd want?
What else? Would they want me to be like you, playing at a game of finding my missing squad mates, accepting their deaths when I'm done playing, and then forgiving the very enemy who killed them? What a noble and virtuous gesture! Forgive on behalf of fallen comrades, coexist with New Eridu's order, and live peacefully among cowards. It's precisely because you and I are so similar that this hypocritical and cruel attitude makes it even harder for me to forgive you. After our first conversation, I was certain I must end your life myself to prove I'm right.
That's exactly what I wanted to say to you, too. Because we've suffered the same hardships, I can't accept the path of destruction you've chosen. Jesse, Aaron, Nathan, the client I've been searching for, and any other targets of revenge you've set your sights on. They all feel regret and struggle over the choices they made back then. But you can't see any of that. You didn't target the higher-ups who misjudged the situation, the dangerous ethereals who killed your comrades, or the ones responsible for the fall of the old capital. Instead, You went after the easiest targets.
I wonder when she was gonna point that out, because I was just like, there's no reason for you to target people who like, don't get me wrong, the I'm just following orders argument doesn't work for a lot of things, right? However, if she wanted to take revenge, why not take revenge on the people that were issuing the order? Like,
Grim Vulture, as a sniper of the Eridu Defense Force, you have failed in your duty. To preserve the will and hope left by my comrades, I'm going to put an end to your actions right here.
That suits me just fine. A sniper should let the gun do the talking. Make it to the deepest part of the hollow alive, and I'll meet you with nothing but raw malice.
I guess we're going, okay.
Since you made it here, let me reward you with a few things you don't know.
And then she stops talking.
Cartus, Impura, and many other squads.
It's ambushing.
Did you know the reinforcements that were meant to back us up ended up deciding to retreat?
Yeah, that was part of the whole storyline, girly pop.
Relying on a show of hands to vote, isn't that ridiculous?
Jesse and Aaron, do you have them too? Or are they already?
You still care about them? Or should I say...
Recalibrating.
It looks like I haven't made enough of a threat to your life if you still have the time to worry about them.
Oh, that's some music.
Hit the core.
Sorry, no one gets past me.
Why not leave their base hanging?
The wind and rain are picking up.
This extreme weather is perfect for sending you to your grave, don't you think? No one will hear your screams and cries as you die.
But also, like, isn't it harder for you to shoot this way?
Time to pin them down.
By the time the rain stops, the only thing left will be your cold corpse.
Well, I'm cold already because it's raining, okay? So, where are you at?
Made it to the deepest part of the hollow in one go. Ah! Such determination deserves praise! Now, it's time for the final showdown we agreed on.
But
really foolish is the only way to put it. What sniper would ever confront their enemy head on?
This is your requiem.
I've prepared a little gift for you.
Uh-huh.
I made this dangerous.
You made a dangerous ethereal that I already killed, uh-huh.
The real failure as a sniper is the one who's been forced into a corner, like you!
You just revealed your location. That's a dumb move.
The wind. It's shifting.
I won't fall for your distractions so easily. What?
I will surpass you with my own melody of victory.
Damn!
And let the wind be the opening notes.
They're slightly apart.
No! Wake up! Charon!
Oh, that is, please tell me you had played it. Okay. The harmonica, damn. Damn. After the gunshot, the hollow falls silence once more. Wait, falls silence. Okay, that was a mistype. leaving only the countless biting raindrops attempting over and over to wash away the scent of blood that oozed from the wounds of the defeated, only to fail time and time again. The loser pays no attention to her mortal wound, only staring at the distant horizon, as though salvation might be waiting there. Sometime later, the victor had climbed the steel and stands in front of her. They share their last words, while the defeated still has the energy to converse.
Just you? Where's your friend, the proxy?
The proxy went to rescue the hostages. I want to speak with you alone.
Wait, that's non-lethal, though. Like, for Charon, that would have been a lethal shot. But for Zoe, that's not lethal.
A sniper should always monitor the changes to their surroundings, factoring the environment into their tactics. Being blinded by the intent to kill and failing to take this into account was your downfall.
Didn't expect to be lectured by a youngster. What a disgrace. When my view was blocked, I realized you'd used the visual blind spot to reposition, so I adjusted my aim accordingly. But I still couldn't hit you.
Your prediction and accuracy were spot on. I was just saved once again by this. By both this harmonica and by my former comrades.
Are you trying to say that this is destiny? That it's the will of my companions guarding me? I lost to the wave of ethereals, to the military's betrayal. And now I lose to your reckless actions, driven by some ridiculous fantasy. Your fantasy, your attitude, your very existence, and the outcome of this battle. They are the greatest denial and insult to my revenge.
Yet you're emitting a much calmer ether energy now. Almost as if you found relief.
My vision is fading. I can't see my comrades on the brink of death anymore. My wounds are fatal, but I don't feel any pain. Relief. It's not such a bad thing.
I'm assuming this is because of blood loss and not because she was literally shot through the heart, because that's not where the heart is.
Did you intend for me to kill you from the start?
Let me answer that question with a story. The first time I saw you was actually during the fall of the old capital. My comrades were all dead, and the reinforcements the higher-ups promised before the mission never came. I can't even remember how long the fight went on. Ultimately, I had no choice but to retreat, failing to bring back my squad mates' bodies. I made my way through one battle line after another. The advanced troops were nearly wiped out. But when I reached a certain front, a small squad of survivors called out to me. Few people can still stand after such severe corruption and injury, but all 5 of them were still fighting. They were protecting a girl who had lost her sight and fallen unconscious while searching for a way out of the hollow. They told me they were beyond saving, and if I planned to retreat, I must take the girl with me. I couldn't turn down the last request of a group of heroic soldiers about to die in battle. Your comrades entrusted your life to me. I was the one who brought you out of the hollow. You already know what happened afterward. It didn't take long for you to leave the Defense Force after you came to. Just like me, I developed PTSD so intense that sometimes I couldn't even hold a normal conversation. But for me, the hardest blow was the death of my squad. To an orphan like me, they were family. If the reinforcements had kept their word and provided support, they wouldn't have died for nothing. Don't you ever have that thought?
To say I don't would be a lie, but I think deep down you know. From the moment we stepped into the hollow, there was no way we were getting saved. Given how quickly the hollow was spreading, and the ever-increasing number of ethereals. It would take the sacrifice of countless Defense Force troops to suppress it. It wasn't something that could have been accomplished in such a short time. The reinforcements would have only been a drop in the bucket. More sacrifices without results. Canceling the reinforcements, sending the advanced troops to rescue as many civilians as possible to minimize casualties. I think most commanders would have made the same decision.
Objective and cold logic. I understand it, of course. But when you see members of the reinforcements living happy lives years later, can you still keep your composure? I couldn't. Even if the chance was minuscule, I wanted my squad mates to survive. But they turned that chance to zero, and still have the nerve to embrace a peaceful future. I can't help but resent them. By the time I realized what I'd done, I had already taken several lives. Nathan. When I tied him up and was about to kill him, he begged me to spare him, saying he had something to give you, no matter what. That was when you re-entered my line of sight. I think I've said this before. We're very similar, yet we have completely opposite beliefs. After meeting you, I became even more certain. In the face of suffering, I chose destruction, while you were destined to choose to protect. But you're still entangled in your obsession with your squad mates. If this continues, you'll eventually sink into a void of despair. Your hope is like a bubble, ready to burst at any moment. The version of you I want to kill is the complete one, who can firmly reject my answer. If you haven't found your answer yet, then I'll be the one to push you forward. I kill you, or you end me. Either way works. But after seeing your growth, maybe I'd prefer you to step over my body. That's the final answer.
Why?
Emptiness and doubt.
Oh.
No matter how many targets of my revenge I took down, nothing changed. Aiming my gun at former comrades, drowning in hate and rage, all it left was a hollow emptiness. But you're different. You've gained unconditional trust from the proxy. You have the courage to fight through my trap. And eventually, you'll have a melody that's uniquely yours. My belief has faltered. I finally remember. My squad mates were fools just like you. You're right. They would never want me to become this way. I talk about carrying their cross. But in truth, I never carried their will. So be it. Take the hostage and go. A villain stained with the blood of others deserves nothing but a miserable end. I'm looking forward to how long you'll be able to protect those in front of your eyes.
Charon doesn't leave. Instead, she kneels beside Grim Vulture, picks up a bullet-marked harmonica, and begins playing a melody titled Homecoming. Melody briefly takes over the roaring downpour, reaching the ears of Grim Vulture as she lies bleeding out, barely clinging to life. A faint glimmer appears in her empty eyes in her final moments.
It can still be played after taking a bullet. Impressive.
This is my final melody to you. No matter how miserable you've become, I'll still remember you. Remember we once shared the same path in life. But in the end, our paths diverged. Your hatred has long twisted into sin. But if not for you, I wouldn't have learned how to hate, or found the true targets of my hatred. I used to know nothing. My teammates served as my teachers and taught me so much. And I think you must be my final teacher. You taught me, in the most intense way, what hatred truly means.
Really? So you found someone you want revenge against, too. That's good.
The melody of Homecoming plays on as the girl endures the agony of her ocular rejection, struggling to make the harmonica's notes rise above the sound of the rain. As the last note fades amidst the relentless downpour, the defeated one takes her final breath. You rescue the kidnapped people, leave the Hollow, anonymously report things to public security, and update the Shepherd. Oh, I read that right. Update the Shepherd on the situation. This series of tasks that need to be done after such an intense battle leaves you dizzy. After requesting to meet the client with Shepherd, you receive his message, calling you to Port Elpis. Proxy, we've arrived at the port. According to Shepherd, he, the client, and the rescued Jesse and Aaron should all be here. Let's go talk to them. Karen, why do you seem... Is something bothering you? Oh, Proxy, you noticed. Even though we defeated Grim Vulture, I still can't seem to let it go. Just as I thought. When the wind changed and the falling banner blocked her vision, she could have retreated, waited for her sight to clear, and resumed sniping. If she had done that, I would have had no chance of winning. Her pride wouldn't allow her to take action that implicitly admitted her tactics were inferior. She still chose to engage in a shootout with me despite the blind spot. Doesn't this just prove your strategy was successful? But after realizing that she actually wanted to die, I started to wonder, was my course of action something she deliberately led me to? I would find a way to break her trap and create an opportunity for a reversal, and she was waiting for that moment, ready to test whether or not I truly surpassed her through a direct confrontation. I believe that was her intention. Her feelings must have been pretty complicated. Roxy, you told me that Grim Vulture once appeared here at the port, standing by the trash can on the wooden pier, gazing out at the sea, which I didn't get to talk to because I didn't know that you could only talk to 3 people. What was she thinking back then? I wonder. I wouldn't know, because she literally wouldn't be able to talk to because they only let you talk to 3 people. Sorry, I was just talking to myself. Let's go meet the client together. He's still alive and hasn't become another of Grim Vulture's victims. I suppose that's the best news we could have. Although I already understand that the client's true identity is not my teammate, and may not bring the hope I've longed for, I still want to face him. All right, let's go. How the fuck do I get to that boat? Oh. Different routing. Oh. Inky. What? Oh, this is part of the story? It seems that Grim Vulture discarded here wasn't just ether batteries. Try to piece of torn paper together. You quickly sort and piece together the torn papers. Now the contents are fully readable. It seems to be a diary. Read the first entry of Grim Vulture's diary. Oh, bitch. I didn't realize that there was stuff in there. Old diary, page 1. The captain came to talk to me again today. Ever since I took down the elite ethereal in the last mission, word seemed spreading around Nemesis Squad having an ace sniper. It's quite troublesome. A bunch of rookies went to the captain saying they wanted my guidance to improve their sniping skills. Are they underestimating what it means to be a sniper? Do they really think sniping is something you can just pick up whenever you feel like it? I've dedicated every waking moment of my life to training, all to become a sniper capable of taking down any target. Without the resolve to take another's life, you'll never become a proper sniper. The codename Grim Vulture represents the weight and bloodshed behind sniping. Like a vulture feeding on corpses, I hunt for death, wrapping myself in its scent. I was going to turn the captain down, but Peregrine told me I've been too tense lately, and I should try accepting the captain's proposal. It would give me the chance to socialize and mingle. Well, I guess I'll think about how to teach these juniors, though honestly I feel like snipers should just let their guns do the talking. Ooh, read the second and there's more than one. Old diary, page 2. Got a serious talking to from the captain. He asked me why my method of teaching juniors involved taking them to the Hollow for live fire combat training. What if something happened to them? How could I take responsibility? The captain's being too naive. They chose to join the defense force. How can they protect New Eridu without being prepared to put their lives on the line? Many techniques and tactics can only be awakened and understood when faced with death's door. I was just teaching them through the most effective way I could think of. Besides, if they got hurt in this kind of real combat, doesn't that just prove that they weren't cut out for it? To learn my skills, you need the talent to back it up. In the end, the captain called off the training. Just when I was starting to enjoy teaching. Just when I was beginning to think it might not be so bad to pass my sniper skills down to some capable junior. Peregrine tried to comfort me, saying I'll have another chance to take on students someday, but who knows how long I'll have to wait, or if that student will even have what it takes. When I get to teach again, I'm definitely going to develop this training method further. I'll throw them into the hollow, make them survive my sniper fire, force them to use the environment and psychological warfare to encounter me. As long as they're not too unlucky and manage to survive, they'll definitely learn everything I've got. When that time comes, Eridu will have another guardian. I'm actually looking forward to it. Come to think of it, Peregrine's been acting pretty suspicious lately. What was that guy plotting? Oh, there's more! Old diary page 3. After our mission, our captain and the squad called me to the dorm. When I opened the door, I saw balloons everywhere and a huge birthday cake. Turns out, it was my birthday. They've been secretly preparing the celebration for a while. Our captain apologized about the new recruit training incident from before and gave me a stunningly beautiful outfit. Everyone was chattering excitedly while sharing cake and stuffing gift boxes of all sizes into my hands. And then, Peregrine got down on one knee and proposed to me with a ring. Though I agreed to date him before, I never really understood all this romance stuff and stayed pretty distant with him. But he said that that's exactly what he loves about me. How I'm all about sniping and a bit clumsy in everyday life. He even thinks my codename Grim Vulture, which sounds scary to most, is cute. That idiot. He really didn't need to add that last part. Though I didn't show it to him then, I was actually overjoyed. With him there, with everyone from the squad, this must be the happiest moment of my life so far. Why'd I have to be so shy then, to the point where I couldn't even give him an answer? Saying something like, "Let me think about it." I should find the right moment to say yes. Yeah, that's what I'll do. After we return from our next mission, I definitely want to wear that beautiful outfit and tell everyone. Ooh. And then the mission happened and they died. Ooh. Ooh, Inky, you little bitch. You little... You gave me lore, you strange little black cat. I appreciate you. Oh, damn. I like that they put extra, like, stories like that in there. That Shepherd, what are you doing here? Guess I'm still too green to be an intel broker. Don't sweat it too much. Everyone starts out as a rookie. Okay, so y'all yapping. You're here. Do you say anything? It's you. Thank you for saving me. Thank you for finding a soldier who could take down Zoe. You okay? My ribs are fractured. I'm here today, barely holding on just to thank you in person. I was too foolish. I never even considered the possibility that Zoe was the perpetrator. On the way home from the ballet twins, we talked together. She easily knocked me unconscious from behind and brought me to the hollow again. If I had known earlier that she was the perpetrator, I would have killed her right then and there. That friend of yours. Zoe tied me up in a room in the poor Elpis Hollow, told me her reasonings for killing, and was about to shoot me. But all I could think about was that she had kidnapped my friend. I kept questioning her. Back then, outside the Hollow, my friend and I were both part of the reinforcement troops. I indeed felt the situation was dire and voted to retreat. But my friend, she voted to go in. Why did you go after her? If you want revenge, you should have just killed me. Where is she now? I didn't even care about the gun pointing at my throat. Just repeated these few sentences over and over. Until she admitted that she had killed my friend. I will never forgive her. Even if choosing to retreat was my mistake, even if she carried the pain of losing her companions, I had only one thought: to take her down with me. But you survived. Yes, but I couldn't break free from the ropes. I couldn't threaten her. All I could do was insult her over and over, begging her to kill me, but she didn't. She pinned me to the ground and beat me half to death, but stopped just before pulling the trigger. I glared at her with hatred, only to find her returning the gaze with even greater hatred, her face streaked with tears. Why would scum like you even care about their companions? She kicked me twice with all her strength, then left me with those words. How many lives has she taken so far? How many families have been torn apart because of her, and she still dares to call me scum? But now that she's dead, there's no point in saying anything more. My friend will never come back, and I can never forget the fall of the old capital, nor the series of nightmares that have followed recently. If I can meet her again in hell after I die, I'll settle the score with her. Until that time comes, I'll make sure to survive. Anyway, thank you. Damn, Aaron. Oh, at least now we know about her friend, too.
So you're the sniper from Liar Squad. It's nice to finally meet you.
And you must be the one who's been searching for me. Nathan, the younger brother of Lethe. It's good to see you safe and sound.
That's right. I'm sorry for causing all this trouble. I nearly cost you your life, becoming a target of a victim from the fall of the old capital. Maybe that's what I get, not helping my brother and the rest of the defense force back then. When the reinforcements decided to retreat, I spoke out against it. I had family among the soldiers already in the Hollow, but I didn't have the courage to take that step. The one that might have cost me my life. I'm sorry.
You don't need to feel regret or apologize. The outcome wasn't something you could have controlled. You cared deeply for Lethe, and even today you still think of him. To someone like him, who always cherished family, that's more than enough.
Thank you. I heard you've been searching for the members of Liar Squad all these years. I'm nothing compared to your determination. Thank you for everything you've done, but please stop the search. It's time for you to start living a life that's truly your own. I hate to say this as a family member, but back then, they were already...
I know. You don't need to say it. I've been drowning in a fantasy of my own making for years, but it's a fantasy that kept me from falling into the abyss. Nathan, Grim Vulture told me you have something you want to give me. Is that why you commissioned someone to find me?
Yes. After learning about the bond between you and your squad, I knew I couldn't live with myself if I didn't get this to you. So I got on my knees and begged Grim Vulture, even playing this recording for her, hoping it would move her. Regardless of how things unfolded, what matters is that it wasn't destroyed, and I'm here, alive, to hand it to you.
Nathan rummages through his jacket pocket and takes out a slightly worn tape. Oh, Liar Squad's tape. A tape from Liar Squad discovered by Nathan, Lethe's young brother. This long-sealed recording sparked the series of events that would follow. Years have passed, and while the tape's surface shows some wear, the audio within remains pristine, as crystal clear as if it was recorded just yesterday.
I found this while going through my brother's belongings. It's been tucked away for years. There's a recording on it, and I think it's a gift Liar Squad made for you, but never had the chance to give you.
Thank you so much. Do you mind if I listen to it now with the proxies?
Sure, just pop it into my mouth. I'm sure. Wait, am I the Bang Boo? Don't pop it into my mouth if I'm not the Bang Boo. I'm not the Bang Boo. Don't pop it into my mouth. With us?
With me and Belle? We're honored. I thought we were just here to collect the commission fee today.
Go ahead. As for the commission fee, I'll pay it to you both shortly, so don't worry about that.
Nathan takes a step back. Karen looks at you, her lips seeming to tremble slightly. You gently hold her hand. Feeling the warmth and strength in her palm, she presses the play button.
Hey, hello? All right, it's a recording. This is a message from Liar Squad for our little sniper. Everyone ready? I'll count down. 3, 2, 1.
Congratulations on your 1000th day with Liar Squad!
Hey, you guys are totally out of sync. Captain, can we redo this? The anniversary gift has to be perfect.
That's our assault specialist, Acheron. She has a strong sense of aesthetics, prioritizing beauty in both combat and her daily life. She taught me a lot about makeup and fashion.
Oh, she won't care if we're a little off. Forget the re-record. Let's just get it done and order the cake. We don't want him to sell out.
That's our medic, Kakaitis. He's usually lazy and a bit of a smooth talker, but he's actually very capable and kind. He taught me a lot about unconventional negotiation tactics and ways of handling things.
You two, stop arguing during the recording. I've already ordered the cake. If you keep rambling, we really will have to re-record this. Cut the chatter already.
And that's Styx, a reliable artillery specialist. He's the oldest in the squad. He loves sharing photos of his daughter and reminiscing about how he wooed his wife. The way he won her over inspired me a lot.
All right, let's all calm down. Wouldn't want to get on the captain's bad side. Captain, would you like to go first? We can edit or re-record whatever we need to.
That's our scout and engineer, Lethe. He's a bit self-conscious because of how his younger brother excels, and he's somewhat introverted. But he's actually very capable. He taught me sharp observation skills, calm execution under pressure, and how to make use of the environment.
Okay, thank you all for settling down before I completely lost my cool. It's fine. No need to cut anything or re-record. Let's just keep it as it is. Loud and messy, just like our liar squad.
That's our captain, who took me in and taught me how to play the harmonica. And the real Charon. I'll make sure to explain properly to you later.
Oh shit, she was taking her name?
As you've heard, this recording is a little gift from the 5 of us. How time flies. When I brought you into the squad about 2.5 years ago, you were just a shy kid who blushed whenever you talked to someone. Over these 1,000 days, you've really worked hard to keep pace with our fighting rhythm. You've done incredibly well. In the last mission, your successful sniper kill of that high-risk ethereal really helped Acheron a lot. I hate to say it, but yeah, I went too far in last time. Thanks for getting me out of that mess. Just this once, I'll admit, your moves were more elegant in that fight.
Not just that fight. Ever since you became a quicker shot and learned to adjust for wind speeds on the fly, we've been taking fewer and fewer hits. Makes my job way easier. So, cheers.
You often worry about not doing enough. But in these 2.5 years, you've absorbed everything I know about stealth, reconnaissance, and tactical countermeasures. Trust me, you'll become an incredibly skilled sniper.
Having you covering us from the rear makes every fight feel safer. But you still have a lot to learn about socializing and romance. When peace finally comes to Eridu, leave us and live your own life.
Where did that come from? She's not leaving us. Even if she retires, she'll move into my house and I'll spoil her with loads of beautiful clothes. We can talk about living alone in 10 or 20 years.
That's crazy.
Sorry, I got carried away. Anyway, you're talented and hardworking. Over these 1,000 days, you've opened your heart to us and even encouraged us in return. Having you as a comrade is a blessing for all 5 of us. But I have to say one thing. You're always so sensitive and kind. Every time you see us get hurt, you look like you're about to break. Has our squad motto, having each other's backs, become too much of a burden for you? I get how you feel. When your squad mates trust you with their backs, your first instinct is to protect them, right? But that's not the way it should be. No one can shoulder everything alone. Don't try to carry everything on your own. Choosing to fight on the battlefield is my resolve. Feel it. Share yours with me. And when it's your turn to watch my back, I'll give my all to honor it too.
As long as you fight with all your strength, there's no such thing as failing to protect something, because your will and our will is preserved and carried on in other ways.
But don't let that weigh on you. Try to trust in us, just like we trust in you, no matter what.
I've struggled with that kind of thinking myself, but I eventually made my way through it. All this talk of camaraderie, of keeping each other safe, it's like a harmonica melody scoring our time together. Even when things change, our tune will go on, and that's enough.
Exactly. Honestly, I'm sometimes terrified. Afraid that someday, you'll blame yourself for failing to protect us and fall apart. That's why I wanted to record this message. Please, don't try to bear everything alone. Maybe you can start relying on us more, fully entrusting your vulnerable side to us. Our will has long been intertwined with yours. We're comrades. This is getting way too sentimental. It doesn't feel like me anymore. Anyway, we just want to see you trusting your comrades enough to share your burdens, even if it isn't us. Finally, we'd like to give you the song that's closest to us. If what we've said is hard to understand, just feel it through the music. Please, enjoy my masterpiece, Homecoming.
The old cassette plays a familiar tune. It sounds crisp and clear, as though it were just recorded yesterday. When the music fades, the tape goes silent. You turn to the woman who calls herself Charon. She desperately wipes away uncontrollable tears. The harbor wind ruffles her hair. And then at last, she lifts her head.
Proxy, do you remember? I was once terrified of seeing the look on their faces.
Of course. Can you see them clearly now?
Yes, crystal clear. As if I've returned to the exact moment of parting. So this is our last glance. This is the answer you wanted me to find. Thanks, guys. Forever.
Oh. I cut off her voice line now! After meeting with Nathan, you spend a long time with Charon at Port Ellipse, letting the sea breeze wash over you. You don't say a word, because you both know it'll soon be time to part ways. As the temperature begins to cool, you head back to 6th Street with her.
Proxies. No. Lies. Belle. I've troubled you two a lot these days with my personal affairs. Words can't describe what you've done for me.
No worries. Honestly, my brother and I have been a bit lost recently. Meeting you, though, well, it feels like we've known each other forever. Doesn't it, Wise?
We learned quite a lot from you, too. Our wills are aligned.
Yeah, we've learned a lot from you, too. If nothing else, spending time with you really cheered us up. Perhaps we've always shared the same resolve.
Yeah. When I was trapped in self-doubt, unable to get out, I'm glad you were there with me. You're right. We've already entrusted our backs to each other as comrades. And because of that, because we are comrades, please, hear me out. Maybe you've already noticed. I'm sorry, but I've been keeping something from you. Charon isn't actually my code name. As I mentioned before, Charon was my captain's code name. When I met both of you for the first time, I didn't want to tell you my code name, because I thought someone who couldn't protect their squad mates had no right to one. So I lied. Captain Charon was an orphan like me, with no family to mourn her. I've been using her code name because I may be the last person in the world who still remembers her. But I understand now. If I want to keep moving forward, I can't keep hiding behind a lie. My true code name is...
Stop her from continuing.
You don't have to tell me right now.
Charon, at the harbor, Nathan spoke to you privately. Was he offering you a chance to return to the Defense Force?
Yes. He said he still has a friend in the Defense Force who's currently forming a new squad. And if my goals align with theirs, I could consider joining them.
So, what's your decision? Where will you go next?
After everything that's happened, I think I do share the same goal as that friend of his and the new squad they're building. So I'll head back to the new Eridu Defense Force and keep chasing my new goal with a new team.
And your new goal is?
Your new goal. Is it to look further into the fall of the old capital?
Yes. My encounter with Grim Vulture has made me realize this should be the true form of my vengeance. I'll uncover the real culprits behind the old capital's fall and make them pay for their crimes. If the ferryman who leads me to the truth demands a price, I'm willing to wager my life.
Damn, not the gambling, that's crazy.
I have a gut feeling the masterminds will reveal themselves again soon. To protect the city my comrades cherished and sacrificed their lives for, I won't allow such a tragedy to happen again. By letting the will to protect guide my hatred, I now have a clear aim toward the truth.
That's exactly why we can't be completely honest with each other right now. Huh?
That's what I thought. If that's the case,
Oh, yeah,
then for
right, 'cause
now,
our
we
teacher-
shouldn't learn your true code name, nor entrust our backs to one another.
Are you saying we're on opposite sides?
No. We might walk different paths, but those paths will lead us to the same destination. It's just that, for now, we can't say any more than that.
That sounds like a plot device for later, and right now we're still very powerless.
To be honest, after facing an enemy as ruthless as Grim Vulture, we're reminded of our own powerlessness. Watching you fight back, almost losing your life to a bullet. That feeling, we're nowhere near strong enough to protect you. And we're not strong enough to open up about our pasts either. Sorry.
Without a second thought or hesitation, Charon takes hold of each of your hands and brings them together at her chest.
If this is your slightly selfish principle, I'll respect it. You were once my proxies, and I'll keep this memory locked away as something I cherish. If, as you say, our destination is the same, then we should continue on our separate paths, striving to grow stronger. The next time we meet, I'll reveal my true codename. I hope we can become true comrades. I want your presence to forever remain in the melody of my life.
I'm sorry, that's a romantic statement. That's a romantic statement. You just don't say, I want your presence to forever remain in the melody of my life as a friend. That's gay. Deal.
Yes, it's a promise. We'll cross paths once again, Charon.
You watch the woman who calls herself Charon walk further and farther away. A Defense Force soldier waits for her at the end of her path.
Hello. I'm the sniper from the former Liar Squad of the Chrysoberyl Division, recommended by Captain Nathan, originally of the new Eridu Defense Force's Obsidian Division, Impera Squad.
Ah, I heard about you from my superior. You're the one who dealt with the serial murders targeting the Defense Force, right? Well, the new Eridu Defense Force is ready to welcome you back. Let me confirm a few details before taking you to base. Which squad are you applying to join? And did you have a code name during your previous service?
I'm applying to join the Obsidian Division's Obel Squad. As for my codename, Trigger. I was Trigger of Liar Squad.
Everything has come to an end. Wise, do you think we'll ever see Charon again? For sure. I mean, yeah, because we saw her in the main plot, but whatever. I'm looking forward to it too. I really hope we can grow, get stronger, and have greater power to face any crisis. When we reunite with her then, we'll have to hear her real code name. Great minds think alike. However, after hearing Charon and Grim Vulture's stories, I can't help but feel a bit sad. They had the same fate, but in the end, they walked completely different paths and became enemies. Wise, if we, hypothetically, we also encounter enemies who once experienced the same fate, but now walk completely different paths with opposing goals, forced to be enemies, what would you do? See, I would want mutual understanding, but that's not necessarily always something that you can do, but that's what I want. As much as like, yeah, let the guns do the talking, pew pew. I think, for me personally, I would want one. It sounds like something you would say, Wise. If that time ever comes, I'll join you in seeking understanding as well. We Faithin should face everything together, right? After everything that's happened, I feel pretty exhausted. You must feel the same, right, Wise? How about we take a good rest first? The commission's from the Shepherd. Why does he use the Shepherd? Huh? It won't be as easy as we've been having it before, you know? Take a break. Bro, this quest, cinema. Absolute fucking cinema. A good story from beginning to end. Ugh. This was really good. I love this a lot. Like, damn, I think this is my favorite fucking story. Like, out of all the agent stories, this is probably my favorite. It focuses on Trigger herself and a very important part of her backstory. You get a villain who's not entirely like, oh, I'm the bad guy, look at me kind of way, but actually has like a good backstory and like reasons for her to be a villain. You get a moral conundrum of the fact that like if you were to see the same experience and end up in two different ideals, what would you do? You get to see like the effects of what happened after those people who died and like their family members, and you get to see like very opposing like ideas of how they would like deal with it, with that, especially with that kid, and like basically saying the one thing that Trigger was afraid of her saying. Such a good fucking story. And then also you tease the fact, I didn't get to experience this, but you guys might be able to when you do this own story for yourself, but like you get to see someone like teased from like the very beginning of the story actually make an impact at the end. Plus you get to see her backstory revealed in some extra story stuff that you don't necessarily have to read, but it's there and it's optional. You can see it for your own two eyes. Cinema, absolute cinema. Did I also think that the story crust was incredibly long? Yes. Did it deserve to be this long? 100%. The pacing, like the beginning part, don't get me wrong, was a little bit slow, but that's establishing stuff, right? But the pacing was so good. Like, yes, there were points where it was very like heavy-handed. It's like, hey, this story plot is important. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. But most of it led you through a story from beginning to end, and it was beautiful. Like you could see everything that was happening. There were still a lot of like telling and not showing for some sections, but that one section when they were at Remembrance Day, peak. That was peak storytelling. I'm telling you, that section was beautiful. And then you're left with the idea of like, let's be real. Everyone's gonna interpret death a different way, right? You could have the idea of like, these people wronged me and thus I'm going to go after them. Like I personally didn't really agree with how the mom was saying like, even though they died, they still gave me this benefit, right? It's always like about a give and take for her, or at least that's what the writing seemed to be. And like I could see why Zoe would have been like, you guys don't even remember them, all you care about is like the possible benefits of like what happens after they die, blah blah blah. And like I get that, because like there is something that you have to sacrifice when you go into like war and stuff like that. And like the idea of, oh, like these people, like they're not even considering like why something happened, all they think about is the fact that it did happen and now I'm just trying to survive, right? Which some people do like think that way, and some people just only are thinking about, which I feel like at least for the people that have already lost their loved ones, right? At some point you have to be like, okay, this person is gone. I can't bring them back. So I'm gonna do what I can, make the best out of it. Zoe was different in where she was just like, I need to find out the reason why this happened. And I can't believe you guys would just sit here and do nothing, you know? Which like, I'm not gonna even disagree with her. I think very similarly. Like if there's something that happens, like wouldn't you want to find out the reason for X, Y, and Z, right? So I can totally understand where she is coming from. But then they take her from being something who is a sympathetic character to being the villain by making her revenge arc something that most people can't agree with, which is literally murdering people. So I don't know, her story writing is so good, and I like her character analysis, and there's like a lot to be said between like the ideas of using spite to like fuel you further, which I feel like a lot of this story is just using your own spite to like fuel your ambitions, which I think personally more people should do, because spite is a very powerful motivator, and especially if it means that you can do better for the world, you should probably use it. But yeah, the story was just so good, and ZZZ, just keep writing stories like this and go down that darker path, lean into the weird, the dark, the heavy, and I think it's gonna do well. Like honestly, like this was absolute fucking cinema, and I hope they do this again with another character.